What up? I think Tuesday Steam is happening right now. Meow, meow, meow. What good, playa? Dude. Life. Fat Man Will, thanks for subbing. Please go, Lenny. We're gonna play Lenny later tonight. You're one of the good ones. Don't show up at the council meeting. What's this music from? The game on your screen? Slayer. Konar, my love. Well, I'm cleaning my glasses. One sec. Still cleaning. Dude, my glasses wipes are too juicy, dude. They produce too much liquid. Oh, that's the cum rag? My bad, guys. Well, maintenance still happening on Steam. We got our Slayer helmet. Slayer. Fuck you. Skills. Oh yeah, Subi, thanks for God Summon Wiki. Band Freeze to Tryhard Farside Down, Mitchell D, Blue Main Tarutsu, Danny Bangs, Cozy Josie, and Catanet, Intrepid, Banana Nini, Jesuit, Fuckboy, Wiki B, Revated Aberk, Giga, Pregnant Mario of Hell, McMark, thanks for subbing, Big the Tank, and Latinum, and Fat Man Will, thanks for subbing. I came here for a reason, but I don't remember. What's the playtime on this character? I forgot how to check. I remembered. 37 days, dude. Let's go! He's too strong. Bread dough? What the? CKS, dude. Fire Cave win? Eventually. I'm just chilling, bro. Old Scratch 6 for gifting 25 million subs, dude. What the flip? What the flippin' heck? Into the Slayer Tower, dude. 7 million people on Earth. Clyde, thanks for subbing. Nice name. 7 million people on Earth. What theory is that? Wait, why did it just take damage? Oh, the chain's spiky? Bro, I've literally never noticed taking damage climbing up that. Slayer. What else can my Slayer helmet do? All the items you put into it are what it can do. That's it? You can reskin it with specific drops? Okay. Zombie Axe, my beloved. Imbue it so it works with range / mage? I think it's already imbued. Yep. Ash, thanks for subbing. This music's definitely kind of spooky. What would be the rarest item you have? Maybe the Dragon Defender? I don't know what the drop rate is. If not that, then the Zombie Axe that I have. Tome of Fire. Captain Laugh, thanks for subbing. What are those creepy fuckers outside of the wall? Blood Velds? Swift Cyan and Gump OG, thanks for subbing. Will I get Fire Cape on stream? Yeah, dude. How many do I need to kill? It's right in the top left here. You gonna try that new Marvel game? I mean, if all my friends end up playing it one night, I might play it, but I'm not, like, super inspired to play it. You know what I mean, bruh? Today I learned you can open the herb sack and let the herbs auto-deposit into it. You're welcome, dude. Wait, I'm connecting. Hey, Big, why not swap out the regular rooms for combo rooms? I'm lazy. Oh! What the fuck? What the heck? What's the drop rate on this bad boy? That's only 512, guys. That's not cool. It's drippy? It actually is, though, guys. Look at that. I look like an evil fucking priest. Bill's trying to talk to you off topic. It's important. If it's important, you can come to Twitch chat. Beardsy, Venus Clown, thanks for subbing. Win Firescape? Or Firecape? Soon, dude, soon. You look like you are wearing the TikTok leggings of a 3D printed spike helm on. What the freak? So when my fletching is not 70 and my herbalism's on 70. Meow, meow, meow. When does that sailing expansion come out? I don't freaking know, dude. I don't freaking know. Get D battle axe for strength boost spec. Yo, where do I get that shit, bro? Hey, bruh. Bruh. Little garbage. We got the epilepsy lights, dude. Dom TV, thanks for subbing. Why does it sound like there's a car outside of my freaking house? This house is nice. Yeah, Siobhan did a good job. Ariel's bringing her food. Oh, mamma mia. That's more valuable than gold. Ah!
Oh!
I got the food.
Did you get you got the food?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what was that? Yep, you got it. Cool. Awesome.
What are you talking to?
Anytime, Chastity.
Oh. Now to find out where my car is parked. Found it.
Okay. Thanks for the inside scoop on that. Okay, so doctors cry they want a livable wage, and they think everything is an ego thing.
Did I turn audio compression way up or something?
Interesting. Okay.
No. Do I sound different?
Huh. Okay, well, thank you for letting me know that. I appreciate that. That was good to know. Very proud. Good work. And we will catch up after the meeting. All right, sounds good. All right, love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Siobhan sounds like she's speaking the mic. She's always speaking the
Sorry,
mic, guys.
Chelsea wanted to ask about her grant proposal presentation that she made. I think she should fine tune it a little bit more. But oh my god, she's just already like going above and beyond. She was wasted in the PD. Wasted.
Yeah.
Like she actually has good spreadsheet skills.
Is my
She
sound
might be
actually
better at
delayed?
spreadsheets
Guys,
than
I
me.
do
I'm
not
saying
appreciate
something.
being lied to about technical issues, so would super
how'd you sleep?
appreciate some honesty there. What'd you say?
So how'd you sleep?
Pretty good. I'm ready.
I'm super ready. Anyway, you see? Manservants literally deliver food to the doorstep.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, I found good help. I know it's so hard to find good help these days.
Driving fast on the highway.
Ah, you told me your Blackfin or whatever used to go 300 miles per hour.
320. Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to conceive of how fast that would be. I've been trying to conceive of how fast that would be, and I cannot conceive of how fast that would be.
It was freaking fast.
Like, I thought 230 or whatever, 225, and this was fast. Another 100 miles on top of that per hour? That's just...
Don't remind me
Oh, I'm sorry.
about
I'm
the
sorry.
glory days.
Highway blasting?
No, my car doing 225.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oof.
We're fine. Oh, I thought the seatbelts were gonna be faulty for a second.
Yo, my car be smoking and shit.
It does. Do. Oh my god.
Straight.
Ursula's mad at me.
Why?
She says I was dodging her calls, which was I? Possibly. I was also just really busy and she kept calling in bad times, alright? When I was in the middle of stuff.
Well, why
and then
were
I
you-
forgot to
why
call
were
her.
you- why
which is
were you- why
ADHD,
were you
because,
dodging?
Because she interviewed for the secretary of the press position, right? And, anyway, I sent her the canned text response as to... jumped out of the car before it was done. As to that she did not get the position, and I think that really pissed her off.
Sucks to suck.
I need her to understand that ADHD was at play here and not anything else. And also, I hate talking on the phone. People should just come to my house, our house. Why would I talk on the phone when there's the things?
Because I gotta drive a million fucking miles to get there. Some of them drive the shitty fuck. She drives at Glendale. I think it was 100 miles on a good day.
I don't know what to say. It is what it is.
Yeah, say it louder now.
I hate it. You know how much I hate this expression. I've said this before to you.
It
I hate that
is
expression.
what it is.
Oh my god, it's so
Boys
fucking
will
dumb.
be boys. Let's go.
Literally so dumb.
Boys will be boys. Vetus and Smanaf and Shipto Mato and So Much Lag and Scully and Ragelf and Dom TV and Lil Garbo. MOONMOON is gifted a sub to Meatball Sub Desires. No, I didn't. What the fuck?
You're going too fast for me.
What did it say? Nakomaru, thanks for sub.
Surely Ursula will understand that rehearsing choreography and blocking to all that jazz with Chastity was really important.
Anonymous, thanks for gifting a sub to Saddam Hussein. Oh, my Streamlabs must have been.
What do you mean?
It's me.
What up, Rich?
I'm here for the meeting.
That's a hell of a fit.
Plastic surgery when you become sheriff. Can you get that woman over there plastic surgery to fix her fucked up face?
I'm so sorry.
I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with what we do, but you know, Chastity was a damn good
yeah, what's
receptionist for us, and
Sparking Man, thanks for subbing. Yeah, it says Saddam Hussein regular sub
I'd
and
be
wasn't
lying to you
gifted.
if I said I wasn't sad that she wasn't working for the PD no more, and I would in a heartbeat take her back
Did
if she wanted to work
Siobhan
for the
tell
sheriff's
you?
office.
That's because she's
She was
working
a-
for us now.
Wait, is she?
Yeah.
Yes, Chastity, why don't you inform the public of your new role?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Say it
Speak up,
loudly.
Chastity.
Anyways, my sincere apologies to everybody for my hideous appearance, but you know, that's
Forgiven.
what happens when you have an attempt taken on your life. All right. Well, hi everybody. Chastity Marie Sanders. I am your new Secretary of Finance. So
Oh,
if you have
what up,
questions,
Trackman?
All right.
related to that, I'll be more than happy to help you out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What up,
So
dumb
much,
air?
Chastity.
Yo.
All right, I appreciate it. I am going to step outside for some fresh air.
Okay, appreciate you, Chastity. Hey, Siobhan, I'm telling you, you got
Hey,
a good
Mr.
one.
Mayor, I talked to you. If you're gonna be around
Chastity
today,
is wonderful. I
About
can't
what?
say enough good, nice things about her.
I'll call you.
Okay.
Hey, Slacks. Here you go, pal.
Guys,
Chastity is special.
announcement.
Uh-huh.
The state account is higher than it's literally ever been.
Nice.
Hey, good shit.
Yup.
That means we're due for a Great Depression, y'all.
Let's go.
Always believed in you.
4 more years.
And
4 more
guess
years.
what? We did it without sacrificing anyone's pay, except for doctors. But that's because the person that represents them is a stupid.
Oh, Mayor Thoroughbred, I don't think we need to be talking about that now, okay? With all due respect.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry.
Mayor Thoroughbred, who are you going to be voting for mayor? Or for sheriff?
Cletus Cornwood, of course, from Cornwood Family Farms. You know he has over 20 years of high command police experience?
Uh-huh.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he comes
Yeah,
from
that's right. I was sheriff before I came here.
and not only is he a sheriff, he's a leader of men, and he's an understander of people.
Yeah, isn't his competitor only 20 years old?
Yeah, he wanted to be commissioner. Can you believe that, commissioner? And he couldn't even type faster than 40 words per minute when I met him. And I said,
Wait,
"Look
Bones
at me,
asked to be commissioner?
look at me, Jeffrey." I said, "Look at me, you motherfucker. Okay, if you want to be the motherfucking commissioner, you got to type more than 35 words per minute." He was like, "Okay," and to his credit, he has been training actually, but.
Well, I just learned how to tap whenever I was suspended for a week and became a lawyer, and I typed 140. That's crazy.
Wait, that's sick.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I'm not trying to
Mr.
hijack your
Mayor.
guys' thing, though. We're just going to the
No,
meeting.
hell, it's all good. We got a council.
Mr. Mayor, you gotta
anyway.
call
We're just doing
the
Q&A.
call my yellow page out for the Cornwood hotline. You gotta call that.
What
Yeah,
the-
go ahead.
I'm sorry for insulting that woman. I made a big deal out of her face.
Just give me one of your flaws.
I did the same
Hi,
thing. I did the
thank you
hello.
for calling the Cornwood for Sheriff
She's nice,
Hotline.
but she's
Your
fucking
call is
hideous,
very
though.
important to us, and we will get right to your call. For English, press 1. Para prensa española dos.
Presses 1.
Please hold while we connect you to the raw dog Texan himself, Cletus Cornwood.
Okay, I'm waiting.
There are many reasons to vote for Cornwood. The bright blue sky, the green meadows of sandy shores, or out of pure spite for the opposition. My name is Cletus Cornwood, and I'm going to dick down the system Texas style. Only through the raw Texas American power of the true blue, red, and free, the wood, the champion of the LS payday, will we ever achieve our goals. So remember, a vote for Cornwood is a vote for freedom.
Woo!
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, you like it?
Wait, is there not more?
So much for your time.
Yeah.
No, it's
I'm just
Because
supposed to be like a hang up.
it said, hey, I'm gonna connect you to. I gotta
yeah,
connect,
no,
yeah, but
the
then
phones aren't that advanced. Have you heard the other ad?
Yeah, I have. I heard the first one.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah,
It's
I've heard,
me.
that. I heard this one.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
On duty for 10 minutes before.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna get.
Let me know.
I gotta go help him.
Oh.
I'm okay.
We got alphas. All right, y'all.
All right, well, yeah, we're in the same room. I love you.
Sheriff is always on duty. Just remember that.
Yeah, that's right. I appreciate y'all coming. I appreciate
What
y'all
up, Alex?
If y'all ever have any questions, about
Not
this
much.
information,
Just watching this whole Q&A thing.
Just give me a call, okay?
Q&A, more like P-U-N-A.
Damn. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Just can you cover your face?
I think I'm molting, so once I shed
Or
my
can you just
skin,
not
I'll
look
be
at
back
me
to
while we talk?
Murphy, can we talk to her quick?
Can you just not look at me later?
Really quick?
Yeah, can you just like that? Yeah, that's a lot better.
You remember what Carmine said, right?
Wow!
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Hey, Siobhan, can we get your expertise real quick? It'll be like 5 minutes, if you're not too busy.
Sorry,
Hey,
wait, what
hey,
are you
Bobby. Oh, wait. You're not Bobby. Don't fucking laugh at me, bitch.
That's my mayor. Hey, Max,
What?
do you know what a scaly is?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't have sex with them, especially if they want to inject you with lizard cum.
Oh, so this is what happened after you were injected with lizard cum.
I'm molting.
Well, it's
Hey.
good to see that your hat remained.
Well, so Carmine called Siobhan yesterday. I will be acting as a liaison for the DOC during the meeting.
Okay, well, why do you need to be there?
He said he doesn't want Bobby to fuck it up.
Fuck what up?
He said he didn't want me to tell until he was ready.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you to tell me.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
Carmine's gone on strike. He's not going to be at the prison for the next couple days, and he told Bobby to step down.
Carmine?
Yeah.
Why?
Listen, it's a whole thing, you know.
These guys are so dramatic.
It's not really dramatic. I mean, us workers have been bringing up these issues to
What
many
issues?
people for the last week, and
What issues?
brother.
Yeah, what? I can hear
Can we
this.
sidebar?
He's a worker too, bro.
I still don't know where his loyalties lie.
Well, if these are issues that are impacting all of you, should they not be the same for
All
both
right,
of you?
Villager, tell him what happened. Now you get it.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
All right, let me give you the TLDR. All right, let me give you the TLDR. You ready, Max?
Yeah.
About a week ago, every one of us workers were saying that we were all going to quit because we all hate Bobby. We brought this up to people, your wife mainly, and we're constantly told it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. And then just every day it kept getting worse with everybody. Nope, I'm quitting. I'm quitting. I'm quitting. Until every single one of us said we were going to quit. Especially when the Dans were announced as taking over. All of us were dooming and glooming. Now, the funny thing about it is that the day after the Dans were initiated, everyone that wanted to quit didn't want to quit anymore. But now Bobby and Carmine want to quit.
Why? Dude, Fingal Dan hasn't even been awake since that day. It literally does not even matter.
So he showed up. We had a meeting, and that whole meeting was Carmine saying he hates Fingal, he hates Fingal. And then that meeting ended with Carmine shooting at him, trying to hit him. Listen, a lot of our issues have been fulfilled. Namely, we had workers there for 2 months that never got keys.
Right.
And then within 3 hours of Fingal being there, they all got keys.
Yep.
So that was pretty funny. We're not too angry about that anymore, but it is still namely every single person there, including Carmine, wants Bobby to step down, and Bobby refuses to step down.
Okay, we'll fire him then.
No, don't fire. Just make him a regular worker.
Okay, we'll make him a regular worker at this meeting.
Because it's just... It's certain things, right? It's like he berates us and he makes comments like, I don't give a shit if any of you quit. You can all quit if you don't like how I run the prison.
Applications,
and it's just things like that, you know?
Yeah, I feel that, dog.
We all as a unit said that we were going to start making decisions as like a team.
Really?
And, well, you know, like at least value our opinions. But Bobby doesn't like that. Bobby kind of just wants to shoot prisoners, but now he says that he's bored at the prison.
Bobby is? Yeah, I'll make Carmine the big boss.
He was glooming yesterday, saying, my vision is gone. I lost my spark. And then he let a lifer into the city. A terrorist.
Arena Man, thanks for subbing. Who?
Ralphie.
Talking about the fucking dwarf? Little Tug's twin?
Little Tug's twin. And then as
the guy you voted for, you son of a bitch?
Hey, I didn't. Wait, did I?
Yeah, you probably fucking did. And he got 4th, pussy. Don't ever forget that.
I was very shocked by that. I thought he was guaranteed at least top 3.
Yeah. See, that's what happens when you exist inside of a bubble, motherfucker.
What do you mean?
I'm just you guys fucking like, yeah, Tug's gonna do it. He's gonna get 2nd place at least. Guess what, bitch? Ooh, I smashed them all again, and I didn't even have any fucking help from any of you guys. I did it myself. Well,
I supported you through like my beliefs, and I'm very glad that you cut the doctor's pay, because why do we need doctors?
We don't
need doctors.
We don't.
And you know, I'm a multi-millionaire because of you.
Wait, why? G6?
Yeah. You know, you just make money. I'm telling you, even now, to this day, G6 still makes too much money.
I dropped your guys' pay.
I know.
Last week.
We still make too much money.
I know, because I saw the fucking reports. I was like, oh, man, that's a lot of money. A lot more money than anything else.
Yep. But you know what else? You know what else is also a lot of money?
What?
Food and clothes these days.
Yeah, the food, man. Oh, we're introducing something today about the food. We're at the effectively, if
look, there's someone who owes me money.
Wait, me?
Yeah, I haven't gotten paid for the last 2 edits for the city council.
Okay, I'll pay you after this. So basically, we're going to try to make it so that if you do not have food quality at like around like 51% or higher, then you're gonna get a fine and you're gonna be told to stop operating on the food court.
Wait, so
food safety.
how do
I don't know
how do
it
people
works.
make food? How do
They grow
people
stuff.
make-
They fucking grow stuff. Well, I got Rich. I gotta go to the meeting. You're welcome to sit in if you want. Both of you are, but it's gonna be long probably.
The last one was like 8 hours.
It was like 6 hours. Meow, 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 meow. Uses ATM to access state account. Man. Oh shit. I'll just pay her after the meeting. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 beep.
Alright, Lily's here too. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna fill my pockets with prison food.
Beep 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 beep.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Not a bib. You know, like what you put-
Let's check the sliders real quick. Did I wish Pokey a happy birthday? She never wished me a happy birthday, dude. Why the fuck would I wish her one, dog? Hmm? You think you're better than me, bitch? Hmm? Meow, 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 meow. Made some bank on this. Net revenue last 90 days, $12 million, dude. Do. We got the equipment sales tax for PD at 20%. Nice. Meow. Doctor paid to 250, dude. We got the quality parts all the way up. Group sec salary. Why is my dog barking? Seven-day costs. No one doing Goober? I don't think it like updates. Is therapist salary new? No. No. We raised journalist. Right? Is that it? What else did we change?
BBC film crew flew in for it. Definitely wasn't me and a moustache.
Lol. Lol. I don't know how to word this. Lol. 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 I'm gonna BRB before the meeting. Be right back. Gangsters. Am I always late when the meeting's starting? Because I went AFK after it was supposed to start. You see what I'm doing right now? I have the slowest walk. And I'm slowly walking.
Bobby wouldn't let me, dude. That's not right. Carmine, Vale, Fingal.
Alright, all of you can come in.
The fuck is that?
Hello. Where do we position ourselves?
Looking awfully empty in here right now, guys.
Alright.
TJ said he would be a little late. Cornwood was here.
Cantor was here as well.
And Cantor was here. We're just, Crane is the only one that's, like, just truly unaccounted for.
Ah, fuck.
You gonna stream OSRS during meeting? Probably.
Who's the lizard?
Thank you. Most people call me an alien.
Is that Richard?
Yeah.
All right, Rich.
You're more like an orc to me, really.
Listen, take it from me. Don't go to a scaly convention and let someone inject you with lizard cum.
What?
I never planned on it.
What
so
words just came out of your mouth?
I'll continue to do that. I'll continue to not do that, really.
You unfortunately heard it right.
Oh, did I? Fuck.
Yeah.
Kind of hoping that my hearing aid stopped working for a minute or something.
Yeah, nah.
No? Shit.
We all felt the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, Mr. Mayor? Your fries are on the sheet, dude.
Yeah, see that.
I got my Rolex.
Hey, Gary.
Are you here because you're a lizard now, or like what's?
No, DOC business.
Ow.
You know what?
Okay.
I don't like that it's called the DOC. That has certain fetters from the past attached to it.
Hi. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Just Dogtown business.
Dogtown business.
Yeah, sorry.
Dogtown business.
Dogtown
What up,
Corporation.
Siobhan? I brought food.
Hey, Gary.
Oh, thanks.
Hello. How you doing, man?
What's up, Gary?
Yeah, how'd you actually get those fries on the
man?
table? That's great.
We're gonna wait 5 minutes, then we're gonna get started, guys.
Oh, great. I thought I was late.
Talking the problem.
Thank God. Film for my
Hey.
spot. All right, well,
Where the fuck
since we're
everyone go?
waiting, I'm gonna go push some water out of my penis hole. Where's the bathroom?
Oh.
What is it with you lot and just saying whatever comes into your head?
It's on the second floor right next to the stairs.
Thank you. Wait, what? I can't say what's in my head?
I mean, is there like a filter you could put in, maybe?
In my penis hole?
Oh,
Oh my god. There
I
we
think
go. You know what? Just
I
go
think
do
the
your thing.
urethra is like naturally
I'm
filtered.
pretty sure that's the filter, but okay. All right, I'll be back in 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Sounds good. How you getting out though?
Damn it. I thought I'd have a penis.
You're trapped in
I could
here.
even be a bailiff if I wanted to. Shit.
This is actually an escape room.
Damn it.
You gotta find the key. It's in one of these books.
So, it's everyone's day. Hey, you spend a good Mother's Day, everybody? Get your
Yep.
Get your mom.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
How come
My
there's
mom
not a
burnt-
Father's Day?
There is.
There
Yeah, how come there's
is.
not a Father's Day?
How come there's not a 54-year-old
55.
55-year-old Father's
There
Day?
you go. Sir?
Wouldn't that just be
Can I
regularly
introduce you
Father's
to the
Day?
month of June?
Yeah.
Oh, the month of June is Pride Month.
Are you 55,
also-
Max?
Yeah.
Father's Day in June.
How about another one?
Yeah, how about one during football season?
Based.
Where's howdy y'all? Well, she's just as Crane.
Who
Good
the
question.
flippin' frick knows, dude?
God damn it, Crane.
He moves in mysterious ways.
Who the flippin'
that-
heck knows?
Is that his seat there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Z Saber likes for
That's
subbing.
crazy.
Y'all, I'm sweating about this election. I'm gonna be honest.
Welcome
All good, Cornwall.
to the club.
You'll
Yeah,
be fine.
Election anxiety. What the hell?
You'll be fine. Don't worry.
First
Yeah, I
time,
appreciate y'all's
Cletus.
support. Yeah, hell. I mean, shit. I dropped out of that mayoral election because I trusted y'all. So
Correct choice.
I mean, I think it all worked out for the best. I mean, minus the sheriff's office taking 5 months to open, but yeah, at least it's opening now. So
Yeah, we're getting there.
Well, if I were playing devil's advocate here, I mean, I could make a really strong case for not opening it.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
I would love to hear that.
I don't know. Numbers, numbers is a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it helped the. This is gonna help the numbers.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here, eat this. I'm gonna put this right up to your face.
Oh, hey, DJ.
Wait.
One more.
Hey, TJ, I need you
Fucking
to pay
dapper.
Ursula
Oh, TJ.
$15K after this meeting.
Okay. Can I grab you for 2 minutes, Max? I gotta talk to you before and in
So,
private.
I would like to
Hi,
request
Crane.
a little more for the sheer amount of
Yo.
time
Hi,
I
Ellen.
spent editing the last 2 meetings.
Your seat might be a
You
little.
want you want a bonus?
Yeah, I would love a bonus since
Yeah,
I've
Richard just,
spent
like,
8
gives them
hours
a
outside of the city editing the last 2 bits.
All right,
man.
20K
Actually, more
it
like
is.
12. Thank you.
There you go.
Hey, can I talk to you just for a minute?
Yeah.
It kind of just
Okay,
comes
is my
out of my
pizza like
skin.
where?
I like when people aren't.
Negotiation success. Someone's littering food containers. I need you to stop unlocking my door.
I just did it a second ago.
I know. Look, you shouldn't have keys in my house.
Okay. Well, you know, until they take it away, sure. Okay, fine. Anyway, so there is okay. Remember that little conversation we had outside the laundromat as Jimbo was taking us back towards Senior Buns?
Yes.
Okay.
Vaguely.
Yeah. It was the one where you know we're going off.
I yelled at you.
And everything else. But there's one point I brought up with that.
Yeah.
All right. And as regards to lowering the tax for your own vehicle, and I got the state records.
Yeah.
And that's there.
Yeah. Is it?
Oh, it's there, 2%.
So, I mean, how much money was it?
I mean, I can calculate it, but that's still what you should not be doing, man. You know that.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe at the time, possibly.
What do you mean?
I mean,
well, okay, hold on. Let me back this up because there's a little bit of a. Let me see if I get this story right.
Sure.
Because Data can tell a story, and I don't want to assume anything with this. But a day and a half beforehand, you probably get a call or someone calls you.
Yep.
Or you call them. Ray Romanov. Hey Max, can you I'm about to possibly buy a vehicle right now. It's at 24%. And you lower it down to 8. That then spreads to Cornwood, Denzel, Kid Archer, and a few other members of PD. Xavier Monroe, and then the next day you lower it down to 2. So you go 24, 8, and 2.
Yep.
And it on average is 17.5, bud.
Yeah.
Over the entirety of January from now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to explain this one to me?
Well, when it was 24%, it was lowered from 30% because that's as low as I could take it because the old tax system, the way that worked, I was only able to lower it 1%. And then I lowered it again, and then I lowered it again.
That's your story. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm, buddy, you're the only one out of this entirety of any sort of vehicle purchase from start of January to now that has benefited from that.
Oh yeah, but like which car was purchased? I can't
Your
even.
carbon is there for $260,000.
What would the price have been before that?
Well, I mean, there's tax on top of it, so it's a flat fee. So you just have to basically multiply by 1.02 or times 1.24, which gives you the total amount to it. So it's not that. It's the principle of the matter is that you're using it for your own at that, and you're the only one that has benefit.
Okay.
Minus the 8 with Ray and Cornwood and Denzel and everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Well, that was the only time it was 8, so there was a pretty string of them, and usually most of them were connected. So, I figured someone in PD told someone else in PD, they went and bought their own vehicle, and here we are.
You think?
So I'm trying to get the story straight. I'm asking you. I'm not taking it in front of there. I'm taking this as one-on-one, you and I, because I know how that can go in there, and I want to approach you as a person instead of just go in and just guns blaze.
I mean, you're welcome to do that if you want.
No, I don't want to. I would rather have a conversation.
What's the conversation about?
You're literally using the ability to change the tax rates for your own benefit.
Yeah, it's for everyone's
and
benefit.
You've done it for your friend. No, you're the only one that benefited at 2%.
No, I mean it's at 8% right now. Actually, it might be higher than that. I think I raised it.
It is higher than that. Yeah, there's only one time it was 8%, and that was March 20th or 21st.
It was 8%
that was all
for a while.
about like 5 purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, how long ago was this?
This was in March.
Okay.
I think it was right around your election time.
March?
Beginning of it. Should be end or beginning.
I didn't receive the power to actually like fine tune the tax rate until about halfway through my term.
Yeah, it's towards the end of it then.
Well, halfway.
Makes sense. Well, what happened was towards the end.
Well, the carbon
Carbon is there? Carbon is there, yeah.
I mean, let's assume for a moment that actually was the reason why it was lowered. Can you? I mean, you appear to have done some digging.
I have.
Could you possibly maybe calculate the amount of money that was lost? If it were not 8% but 2%.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not even sure I would go at 8% because that seemed to be like a flash pan type shit on top of it. It hasn't been 8% for a long ass time.
Yeah,
that seemed to be about the string of 6 purchases.
Yeah, there was a very for a while the way that the state account was generating revenue was different. And I raised tax rate for vehicles probably like 15% or some shit. I don't know, to compensate. Yeah.
All right. I can calculate it, sure. But like I said, I'd rather have your answer to this because that is the shit that should not be happening.
Yeah. I mean, maybe now. Sure.
No, not just ever. That should happen ever.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all have our own ideals and opinions on what should and should not happen.
Okay. That's fair. I'll calculate it. I'll see what's up. But, I wanted to not bring it in front of everyone. Like I said, Cornwood was a benefitter as well. So I don't need to go in there and just start calling shit out on top of it.
Yeah, I didn't coordinate with anyone at all.
No.
So I mean, I don't know who fed you this long-winded Ray Romanov.
No one fed it to me. I'm just he was the first person. That's what I told you. This data tells a story, but I wanted to hear from you.
Well, the way that most of my tax changes were announced, I would say almost all of them, and the ones that weren't announced were visible in the newspaper. So it's possible that someone saw that they were changed in the newspaper and went to buy a vehicle while the iron was hot.
All right. We'll go with that.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Peyton.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Yeah, he kicked us out within 15 seconds of talking to us.
Why did you talk without me?
What's up, Mayor Max?
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Everyone get out of here. I will fix your problem. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Wait, one thing, please.
No.
TJ, that's not a chair, mate.
Okay, calm down. All right. To my,
Very impressive, cool body strength.
too.
Okay, so there actually is a DOC problem.
Oh boy.
I think we should make Bobby a regular DOC. They all fucking hate his ass.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Carmine is at least reasonable.
No. I mean, what do you mean regular DOC?
We changed the legislation that establishes Dogtown and remove Bobby's name from that.
Or establish him as under Carmine.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best fix. I will say, for the record, I don't give a shit about how any of them feel.
Yeah, they already had a civil war. I don't think the legislation really matters. I think they're just...
Well, they had the Civil
about
War
nothing.
because of the legislation. Because they did not have a de facto leader. And once again, I don't give a shit that happened. I think it's great that they're having fun. Very cool.
Good for them.
I think all the shit that has happened just over his pants over the past 18 days is reason enough for a demotion. I concur.
I'm wasting all that time about pants.
Well, he's not even... They said that Bobby and Carmine aren't even active right now, and Gary Kebin is the interim warden because those two are involved in some kind of like Days of Our Lives something.
Yeah, I think we should knock Bobby down. Guy's at court. He's at court every fucking day. Like at the end of the day, I mean, I've met with him and spoken with him a lot. I've spoken to his underlings a lot. He's a better goon. He's a better goon.
Yeah, we got some, and it's not really for us to worry about, but they're not exactly angels themselves. There's been some reports filtering up to me about these guys just being on duty 24/7, just wandering around outside the prison, not with inmates.
Oh yeah, I see them doing that all the time, bro.
I don't really care about that.
They're drawing a paycheck, right?
Yeah, a tiny, pathetic little paycheck that literally has no impact.
Double the doctors, right?
Sure it is.
Over that.
Yeah, it's like $600 an hour. They could make more money doing any other job in the city by like a lot. So
except us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the same argument could be made for doctors too, right? If they decide to go tow 2 cars, they're already making $1,000 an hour, you know, and they're gonna make more than that if they continue towing. So
right. So I guess my point is, like, if the whole point about getting them hired was because they needed keys and all that, then why are they on duty 24/7, not at the prison?
Don't know. Once again, I just based upon the trends that I have observed with the state account, the amount of money that they're getting paid is so fucking small and insignificant, it literally does not matter. Even if they were to be on duty for 48 hours out of a 24-day, it wouldn't matter.
Other point here that gets a little complicated. Aren't they using the DOC train to come into the city?
Are they?
I don't.
Is that a thing?
Believe
it is a thing.
Like,
I
I
hired
have
myself, and I have a train ticket. So that's why I'm saying it's a bit concerning to me that they're signed in just wandering around.
Okay, well, we should ask the state to remove that then, especially because that's kind of like an outdated concept considering our implementation of Dogtown.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem if they're using it to come to the city and provide DOC services, but if they're using it to come around and just fucking shitlord around the town, then that probably is an issue. So
Yeah,
look into that.
Yeah, because I mean, like that sort of priority ticket would be reserved for an actual Department of Corrections and shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we'll just gotta get that stripped.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Or
But yeah, I'm
Major
in
D,
favor of
you're right,
Bobby
bro,
getting
there's
demoted.
some-
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, agree.
Absolutely, it would be.
Do you know Fingal's gonna be around? Can we make Fingal do it?
Great
Oh, that'd
idea.
be fantastic.
I mean,
That was a great
you know
idea.
better than us.
Love it.
All right, I'll see if he's around. Let me.
Chopin block. Thanks for subbing.
Perfect. I want to see it too.
May as well, actually.
I was
That'd be hilarious.
legitimately out of town more or less like 10 days because of playoff basketball, and I
Coke,
come back
thanks for
and
subbing.
people are still talking to this day about Bobby's pants. I can't take it.
Arienta, sorry, there's a. Okay. The date is 5/14/2024. The time is 4:28 Pacific, the best time zone. This is the second Council of 8, and this is our third meeting or fourth. I forget.
Third.
Third.
Yes.
We will begin with the Treasurer, TJ Walker. Do you have anything that you would like to present to the table?
Yeah, quick amendment. So
I'm just highly
I know I passed the Funding Transparency Act. In the meantime, I have gotten a shit ton of calls about property transactions, which I ain't dealing with that in terms of property.
That has already been addressed. If anyone comes to you with questions about property transactions, and this
Billy
goes for
Macy's up.
anyone on the council, you are to direct them to me, and I will filter their interrogatories to the appropriate people. But that is not a topic that anyone in the city will be handling.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So I just want to amend it so it's there in case people look at it, which they have, and keep calling me with this shit.
Miguel TV,
So I'll add in small language to it, but yeah, I'm proposing to amend within the legislation, Funding Transparency Act, which is one 4 days ago. So all transactions, tax changes, employee salary changes, and all else involving state funds, except I'm just going to type "except" in there. I can't do it though because it's on Crane. Except property transactions shall be recorded and maintained in public ledger accessible.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and add in asset fees in there because that's a whole other black hole that we're not touching. Okay, yeah, I'll add that in if nobody objects.
No, it's fine.
Any objections?
Nope.
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 Okay. Second part to that, which may become a thing, and maybe this potentially is an issue in the future, is that as part of that conversation that someone called me with, is that someone is going to potentially use that as a way to launder money, buying shit, relisting it for hire, and giving someone else the money to do so. So possible loophole that I need to think of a way to close. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. Third thing, Murphy, I tried calling you earlier. I'm sorry I had to leave the city. Fortunately, to pick up. I wanted to put together a document for any of the funding requests that should anyone receive funding. Basically, that there is a thing that they have to sign, waiver. It says if you use this for anything outside of it, I was hoping you can give me some language or work with me on this. That you will, if there's any misuse, you will be charged criminally as well as due to pay back the entirety of the amount that received. If you can help me draft that.
Yeah, no, that's no problem.
And I think from that side, that's it. I'm not going 3 hours into my shit. I also have access to the state accounts and have been looking at that. Yeah, so that's another thing. So I don't need to go into it too much. Quick thing, it's checked about this morning, roughly about 80 million, minus a 30 million that we proposed for the emergency fund. So roughly sitting about 50 million in the state account. Max, I recall you saying something earlier about there's a max that it can hold. Do you recall that number?
A max that the state account can hold?
Yeah. Did you say that?
No.
Maybe I'm mishearing. Okay.
Also, about that emergency fund, there is I have a special bank account because we can't make a bank account right now, unfortunately.
Right.
I can transfer it to the mayoral account though, if we want to get the emergency funds out, and then it can just wait there. It's like its own separate bank account. Like I could, in theory, take money out of it, but I mean, the transaction history will be there, and it'll be pretty evident that nothing is happening to that money.
Do you have the ability to add people to it or not?
No. Well, I'm saying it can be held there until we have the ability to actually make like an emergency fund account.
Well, let's keep it there on the main one for now because it's not hurting anything, and I don't want to start fucking around with other shit in case something goes south at some point.
Okay.
That's all I got.
On to me then?
Yeah, Solomon.
Easy. Right. First one is legislation specifically focused
There was an
on
attempt.
hunting.
Literally
The
has
first
nothing.
One, currently, there is no
I'm
legislation in
literally
place
not
for
going
if
to
someone
steal it.
is arrested in possession of a hunting rifle without a license. This is maybe Mr. Braun is aware of something to do with this. There's been numerous times when I was a lawyer, I was called down to the cells and someone was charged with criminal possession of a class 1, which is an $18,000 fine, and their crime was being in possession of a hunting rifle without a license. So my suggestion would be that we have not only a charge.
Very
that is relevant to
suspicious,
that
though.
particular
What's
crime, but
suspicious
also
about
maybe
it?
a charge for hunting without a
Literally,
license.
there's
So
no
they
way
sort of
I can
suit the two.
steal it. What is suspicious
I think
about
it's
it?
reasonable. The hunting rifles, it's been well publicized, have special safeties on them and everything. So
Yeah. So
Is there not already an appropriate charge for this?
Well, I mean, going back to when I had people called into the cells and that was their charge, me and other the officers agreed with me that the charge they were putting onto them didn't fit. But in their purview, their view, that was the only charge
What
they had
charge
that they
were
could
they putting
use.
on?
Criminal possession of a class 1. Now, I managed to argue that away just using common sense, but that was the charge that multiple officers have tried to use for someone having a hunting rifle without a license.
Oh, this is we had a conversation about this months and months ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this came up and was addressed and is
Go to
like,
Ellie, there's
handled. So like, what?
I've
There's
not
a charge
seen.
somewhere,
I've not
right?
seen a charge. I mean, if you search, I mean, I've searched hunting and I've searched firearms. I'm not. Maybe I'm missing it if it's there, but I've not. I've not seen anything.
The concern being that owning a hunting rifle is it makes less of an impact than owning a civilian firearm, yet they are the same charge because they're both considered class 1 firearms. Is that right?
Yeah.
So this is something that came up several times in the sales. We've been charging with class 1, but a lot of people feel like that the punishment don't fit the crime.
It doesn't.
I feel that way as well.
It super doesn't as well because months and months ago, during I think even before first term, Alan put out a state announcement that said that they shoot special bullets that do not harm
Right.
human beings.
Yeah, smart trigger, right?
yeah.
I mean, I would be absolutely
Wait,
for.
why are we charging people with class 1 then?
There's nothing
I
else
guess
there.
there was no
It's
other
actually
charge, yeah.
it is actually worse than that. Crane, go to incident report 5665.
Is this about the negligent ownership? Because someone
It's
told me
worse.
about that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we're
it's
getting
worse.
fucked.
It's attempted murder
Oh,
for
okay,
using a
yeah.
hunting rifle. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
with a hunting rifle.
There was also the one I was referring to. Someone was charged with criminally negligent ownership of a firearm for their hunting rifle being found. I'm not even against that. If they drop it somewhere random, don't be dumb. But also, I think it's somewhat hard to dispose of them if you're not meant to have it. So you're just either fucked or fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I've charged somebody with criminal possession of a class 1. I didn't feel good about it. I mean, it happened again recently, and I just confiscated it and I dropped the charge because it's just the punishment does not fit the crime. But obviously, something does need to be there because these people are. How the hell did they get the hunting rifle in the first place? Right? I mean, it could have been robbed. It could have been somebody put it down for a second. They stole it and ran off. It's still stealing, right? Chief Justice Crane, I mean, the penal code's in your hands. I mean, if that's something that you feel is valid, and we put it to a vote, I'd be well in favor of having a charge specifically for illegal ownership of a hunting rifle.
We have a brilliant line from one of these cadets Maeve Wolf, who says he pulled out a hunting rifle and shot Riker shot him in the back. Mike turned around, shot at Riker with the hunting rifle, and Riker shot him once more, and he was incapacitated. And then the first statement says, as Mike got up, he drew a hunting rifle and fired a round toward Riker. So like their statements don't even match for this shit. This guy should sue them.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, just as I'm gonna take care of this internally as well. This is we gotta fix this.
Yeah, I honestly I never intended anyone to get charged with that. The whole point was just to regulate hunting rifles to say you can only have one if you're licensed. But I mean, if we want to just criminal possession of a hunting rifle, I don't care. Sure.
But Crane, I'm convinced that at some point we hashed this out as judges, like as a group. We talked about this at some point and came to a reason why we didn't need a charge.
Let me look.
I can't remember like
gun.
But like we talked about this, a bunch of us, and came up with like how it's supposed to go.
You good there, little
If
bro?
you type in license, the only thing that comes up with a license, and maybe I'm missing this one too, is piloting, practicing medicine, and operating a motor vehicle. So we don't even have technically anything, to my knowledge, or hunting in general, unless I'm missing something. I type in hunt, and there's nothing that pops up either.
Yeah. So the reason that I'm looking now, the discussion. It looks like it looks like we had a conversation about it. Hold on.
Are you guys researching the ancient archives?
No. Well, this is like from a month ago or something.
Oh, he looks. Can we raise the pay for hunting?
So there's a very interesting solution. So I petitioned for this months ago. We received something, and I haven't tested it, but essentially the state concocted a formula to spray from airplanes to make it so that animals reproduce faster.
Fertility treatment.
Oh.
Fertility treatment.
And
God, that better not work too well. I don't see any of that.
Yeah, so like, I don't know what's going to happen, but like after this meeting, we could test it if you.
I actually go hunting quite often, so I don't know. I could tell you afterwards.
Yeah.
But usually, if that's the case, I typically have to wait. I'd say like maybe 5 minutes down the board before ish, if that's type of the thing that you're talking
explain why
about.
there's so many panthers.
Well, I haven't done it yet because, first of all, I was afraid that Windsong and her group of fucking hippies would be like, "Oh my god, you're making artificial animals, blah blah blah." But then also, I know that some people are like dedicated hunters, but like a lot of interest for hunting drops, so I just didn't even bother going forward with like testing. But we should test. That's a good idea.
Yeah, the lumber company I know buys a lot of their stuff, and they use it for their warehouse, so there is kind of like an avenue to sell it and kind of circulate things into the economy. People are always looking for fur, so it'd be nice.
Okay, so looking back at the discussion about hunting rifles, basically we talked about the fact that even if we were to publicize the fact that they have these safety triggers, certain people and officers will still act like they are firearms, and we have no way to control or stop that. The issue being is that people will literally like go into Senor Buns, point a hunting rifle at the cashier and be like, "Give me all your money, this is a robbery." And so the problem then is, are we going to not give that person what they asked for, meaning, brandishing a firearm, right? And or criminal possession of a firearm because they don't have a license for it. So we kind of settled on like, if people really want to fuck around that badly, then they can find out and we'll just use the charges as they are. Because ultimately it's kind of like a
wig-whamming.
If we make it too low of a charge, then people will just be like relying on other people's good faith and they'll use hunting rifles to rob people because they know that they'll get less of a charge.
But the counterpoint to that is that people are being arrested with a hunting rifle on their person, not using any violent crime, and they're being treated like they did.
Well,
For that, I
sounds
would
like
suggest
a PD
hunting without a
enforcement
license.
issue, right? I don't know. I
Could
see
I
both
propose
sides of
something
it.
with that, Crane?
Yeah.
So you could do possession of a hunting rifle without a license as one, and then in criminal
In Nathan's
possession,
cam, you look like
can just,
this.
or
Yeah,
actually
look at the
brandishing
light.
or whatever it is. Clarify hunting rifle on top of that as if it's used in a violent felony or anything in nature. So you're not screwing over the people that are not using it for that and making them technically a felon. But it's how they use it in nature around it.
You were thinking way too much of the police force.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's
I
like
used to be
police
one.
training
That
wheels.
was, something that we could do that. And I don't know about now. I mean, I just watched a fucking shootout over at the clothing store and I thought they were running with their fucking heads cut off.
I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of a way to just make it simple.
Anyone with a brain listen to this will lose IQ points. L
Well, what
dog.
do we care about more? Do we care about the people who?
I mean, I'm definitely having more fun playing L
L-Dog
dog right now.
hunting rifles and robbing them, and do we want those people punished, or do we want people not punished for accidentally having their friend's hunting rifle?
I'll be honest with you, I never represented anyone down the cells for violently using a hunting rifle. I represented multiple people who had it in their possession and were treated like violent felons because
Well,
of it.
part of that, Solomon, is because the people that would do that sort of thing generally don't.
Solomon
call
got his
attorneys,
bar
right?
license removed.
That's a good point.
Jamal's not calling Solomon Walker to, represent him for holding up Senor Buns with a hunting rifle.
Yeah, probably.
No,
not.
you're that is correct. I mean, I haven't got a complete top down. All I've got is my own experience.
I mean, how bad would it be if the possession charge was lesser than normal class 1, but all the other charges were the same, right? So if
Because he's deputy now?
if they do anything with it, I mean, they're still charged with all
criminal
those
use,
things.
they're still paying the $7,000 or whatever.
Exactly, right.
Okay, let's do that.
I think we
How
can
the
do
criminal
that.
use covered it.
I think even simpler, it's just like hunting without a license. If you're not doing any other shit with the hunting rifle, you're
just
like all you
possession.
can do
Fuck
with
the-
it is.
Yeah, I think possession's fair. Like, if
Well,
they
if
just
you
happen to
possess
have
a
it,
hunting
but haven't
rifle
done
and you're not
anything.
holding up people with it, then you're just hunting without a license. Because like, what are you going to do with a hunting
I
rifle?
think,
but hunt?
okay, we'll just make a possession of a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
I think possession of hunting rifles is probably the best option.
Yeah.
I would also suggest that be a misdemeanor rather than a felony.
I think that's.
Again, if someone has a hunting rifle, they've done nothing violent with it, and it's a felony, potentially you are ruining someone's life over someone handing them a
So-
hunting rifle to go take a piss.
Inherently, I would agree with you based on what you just said. The problem is if they just go out and get a license legally before they go buy a hunting rifle, then you got nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah, potentially they could do that.
So I agree with what you're saying, Solomon. The problem is it's so easy to not have a hunting rifle illegally,
I'm aware, but there are circumstances where someone could be in possession of one just through, friends' stupidity. They've been hunting, hold this, I'm taking a piss. They fall down the hill, they call EMS. Now they're holding a rifle they haven't got a license for. They get arrested
will
with it.
someone
They've now
even-
got a felony.
Yeah, those things last a real long time. They're very well made. What if someone had it before? Maybe these charges, and it is harder to dispose of things. I suppose we could.
That was that was covered underneath the
initiating
hunting.
fuck is that hypothetical?
That was covered in the hunting legislation from 4 months ago.
Yeah. But also, I mean, possession is
okay.
possession, right? I mean, it's a like you're actively committing the crime constantly. So it's not like something that happens and then you're outside of the statute or whatever. Like the crime didn't exist before.
What would you
so
think
I'm not
about
guilty of it.
G6
Well, I'm
being
still
able to
in
get
possession now,
tasers
so
at
I'm
T2
I'm
and
guilty.
body armor at T3?
No, it's more so how to dispose of it at that point. once
I
you
don't
have it.
think. I
Assuming
don't
they
think.
could just bring it down to the police force and they wouldn't be charged as such.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll tell you right now. I mean, this is how I operate. I'm a big believer.
You want
in
my
officer
real
discretion.
answer?
I don't.
You know how many
I don't think
G6
in
workers
zeros and
carry
ones
their
until I'm at
legal
the point of
gun that they have a
prosecuting somebody.
discount for?
And
Zero.
If I'm at a scene and something
Because
like that
they
happens, and I
know
take
that
a
they're
look at the
going to
serial
get
number on that
robbed.
hunting rifle,
So
and I
giving
see
them
it
more
belongs to
stuff
somebody else that maybe
would
they were
imply that
down
they
or,
will just
some
get
shit
robbed
happened,
more.
right? I
And
can
that
say,
they
you know
won't
what, your
carry
GSR
that stuff
negative.
anyway.
This rifle is your friend's that's right here. I'm not going to give you a charge for this.
So what you're saying, what you should have said is,
obviously
what do
not
you think about
doing some
giving
bullshit, right?
everyone in the city who wants to rob a
That's how
G6
I
worker a
operate,
taser
and that's how
or
I
body
expect
armor?
everybody
That's what you
everybody
should
else
have
to
said.
operate in the PD. Now
I
that
think
doesn't
that's a
always work
terrible
that
idea.
way.
I fucking hate the
but,
taser.
that's where the DOJ comes in, right? That's when they can take it to bench, they can take it to court, and the judge can say, you know what,
Taser sucks.
this is what
Big
we're going to
boo.
rule because of XYZ.
All right, I just made a misdemeanor. Alex, how much is the hunting license?
4,500.
4,500.
Okay.
All right.
That's how much the charge will be for possessing one illegally.
That's perfect.
Good call.
Yeah.
All right.
Good shit.
There we go. That's me.
Gandalf the Mandolf, thanks for subbing. Cantor.
I don't have any legislation to propose. Just been handling the same issue. We are struggling with food currently with the vending machine changes, but I'm working with a couple different restaurants on deals on that, so we've been handling that pretty well.
Yeah.
So honestly, things are going okay. I wanted to restart the discussion if you're open to having it from last time. I'm assuming your expectations are the same.
Yeah, I don't think they're unreasonable.
Sorry, what discussion?
About the pay.
In exchange for, raising doctor pay by a lot, the mayor's office would like to see that no felons are allowed to work at the hospital or for the medical group, and that every 3 weeks inactive doctors are fired.
Look, I already stated I don't really have an issue with the felony one. However, the sticking point here is the inactivity.
Right.
I understand that some individuals, like most of us in this room, are here a hell of a lot. Not everyone can be.
Right. That's fair.
We already struggle with our activity as it is. We have some very, very consistent people that I'm so happy to have around. But there are some people that are kind of, they every couple weeks they come in.
So what's stopping you from rehiring them if they come back in?
You want to rehire them every month?
Well, are there people that
I cannot hire and fire? The unfortunate
once a
thing
month?
is the hire and fire takes a bit of time.
So
that is not something I have the ability to do.
Why
it is on the board of directors, and they are not here every second. Janetti is. I can get Janetti to wake up for things. He's the most consistent board member I've got, but it is not the fastest process on that.
Anti-blacklist, if you
That's why dictatorships are better.
You ever considered overthrowing your bosses, Cantor?
I wouldn't know where to start. I've got some pretty impressive bosses with Derek Shaw. So no, I'm happy with my position so far. Unfortunately, it does slow some things down.
Yeah, my Derek Shaw was supposed to meet my wife the other night to talk about this, but I guess he got too drunk to show up.
Yes, unfortunately, he is somewhat hard to track down for meetings. Janetti, our other board member, has been trying to have one for a while and hasn't been able to. But luckily, Janetti's quite available, so I'm usually able to get things done pretty quickly. We just fired 2 people for their LOAs being too long yesterday. So it's kind of the same thing you're asking for.
What's the how long do you have like a set amount of time that an active doctor needs to be? What is it right now?
So we have a minimum hours requirement. It's relatively low to, give people a chance to have some time off. And then if they do not meet that minimum hours requirement, they are marked as inactive for the first month. If over the next few months they also do not meet their hours for another month, they are fired. So they're marked inactive once, given a very clear warning. And at that point, they can either work, be fired, or go on LOA. When they are on LOA, we contact them monthly to make sure they are still interested and are let go if it goes too long.
What if what Cornwood? Go on.
I mean, I was going to recommend what I would call a layoff system, and it would essentially be a quote firing, very similar to what Chief Justice Crane was saying, and getting laid off would be a firing on good terms, and you could get essentially fast tracked into getting hired again whenever you came back from your LOA.
I think that's kind of how it would work now, right? Like if a well-liked and well-respected doctor somehow didn't meet this 2-month hour requirement, then I'm sure if they managed to catch a board member, they could literally be like, "Hey, I want to work again." The board member's like, "Okay, boom, done." I highly doubt there's like a long-winded re-interview process.
That's kind of what it is. We take their keys. They have no ability to come in and work while they are on LOA. It's removed entirely.
What do you think? So I tactfully and respectfully, I think that 2 months is too long. What do you think a good compromise would be there?
To be frank, 2 months is a me thing. People used to never get fired for inactivity.
Really?
Yeah, that's a new thing. I'm the one who tracks all the hours and goes and does all this and gets it all done. It takes a hell of a lot of time every single month to get done. But I wanted to make sure that we don't have people sitting around inactive.
Yeah.
So it used to be far worse. There used to be people who would just never come around, but the general consensus was, well, we like them, so we can't fire them. And it was like, okay, but they don't work, so there's no point. So I've made these changes. Same with the felony one. It used to only be violent felonies. I pushed for it to be changed to violent and drug related. So some of the changes you're wanting, I'm working on, but it is a lot on me currently. Yeah. I don't think a month to 2 months is unreasonable. We have a lot of people that get very busy in 1 month, maybe aren't around as much, have other responsibilities, and then come straight back and help out a hell of a lot. And to be frank, staffing has always been a consistent issue. So if someone wants to come back, I don't want to stop them from doing so or even slow down that process.
Okay. I mean, it seems like we kind of agree. It seemed I had a misconception of the way that you approached this.
Okay.
I did not realize that without you, inactive doctors literally would have never been fired.
Oh yeah, it was bad. I was the first to fire an inactive doctor 5 years ago. It was an intern that had been there like 6 months, but without getting promoted. And I was like,
actually,
please let me fire
I can
them.
back her up on that because the same thing used to happen with the DOJ. Okay. No one ever got fired. I went through a list when I got made Chief Justice and realized that like there were people I had no fucking idea who they were. Right. I had never seen them in 2 years, and somehow they were lawyers.
Oh yeah, same with doctors.
Do you fire
massive pruning?
Do you fire inactive lawyers and judges, Crane, or is it like something like you just randomly decide to do one day, like occasionally?
So I have been paying attention. Let's say, well, and I don't advertise this, but I have been paying attention lately because I have had that kind of itch, you know. So there is a purge coming soon. Because the more often you purge, the more room you then have to justify hiring and giving people chances.
Right.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah.
So
that's the way I think of it for sure.
My main concern with the inactivity is that now these people have a direct say in how the local government operates by way of just existing and then like, maybe showing up prior to voting and then voting. For the person that they think is going to best represent what they want, but then they're just never in Los Santos at all. So then it's possible that
I understand that concern. However, in the election, I got 47 votes, and we had, I believe, 63 doctors that had finished their hours requirement.
Okay, but
so they are not inactive.
Speaking like totally hypothetically, not even considering your election, like this is something that could happen with the Department of Justice.
Yeah, it could be DOJ too. Yeah, that's a reason why I thought about it, to be honest.
Or the police department. Although I will say the police department had a number of votes that actually reflected their activity, which was somewhat impressive, or sad, if you think about it.
Sad.
So I'd like maybe we can compromise. Okay. What if a week before new elections start, there is a mandatory purge of people who've been inactive for a certain amount of time?
What amount of time are you thinking?
Maybe like a month and a half. I feel like that's a fair compromise, up from 3 weeks, down from 2 months.
Sure. I don't think that's incredibly unreasonably honest. I can move it up and just communicate with them that they're being let go before. We kind of do it at the start of every month. Also, it kind of fuck with the timeline, but we can communicate with them. I'm not against it.
Cool. Well, if that's the case and you are pledging to do that, then I would love to see that you guys are paid your due.
There we go. Good shit.
Woo! I will have to get a little bit of extra help with this because it is a big undertaking every month if I'm moving it up. But I'm not against it, honestly. I know it was active people that came by and voted, and it'll be the same in the future. So,
also, I will raise it tentatively for now, back up to 1,000 where it was. But if your bosses do not think that, so I don't think Felon should work at the hospital, just straight up. It sounds like you basically agree with me. So
yes, and I spoke with Janetti more about it. He has no issue with it himself. It's one of those things where it's always been that way.
So why don't we work together if there are any of your bosses who are not convinced and try to get them on board with that. If they disagree, I will probably drop it again. But I mean, you already got 1/3 of the board, or 1/4, I think, right? Because there's 4 board members.
1/3. There's 3 currently.
Cool. Well, I will go raise it right now. Thank you for cooperating and negotiating with me.
I appreciate that.
I think this is like the causeway to being able to one day, if I get a hair up my ass, you know, and I go down to the hospital, they're fucking popping off. There's 5 or 6 doctors, you know, they're swamped. They got like 10 people, you know, I can go up and talk to them and be like, hey, you know, how's work? And they'll be like, oh, it's fucking, you know, I'm overwhelmed right now. I'll be like, okay, well,
go for it.
You know what you deserve?
Hey, you're always welcome to.
A fucking $500 paycheck raise. Boom. You know, like, I want to be able to have that, but like, I feel like there has to be certain standards, right? And it seems like you agree with me.
I honestly do. When I sat back, I realized that the changes you want are just a more extreme version of the changes I've made. So I don't think it's unreasonable, to be honest.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go change it right now.
Ooh.
All right, good shit. I'm glad we were able to do this.
That's great.
So Dr. Cantor, is there anything? I know you said you're gonna need some help. Is there anything that we can do, or even I personally can do to help support that at all?
Make it 100 instead. Can't go below 250.
Yeah, if there's anything we need externally, I will let you know. Thank you. And thanks for talking to me before this. You got me willing to talk. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see. Let's make sure to. They gonna fuck with Cantor now? Oh. Check Twitter immediately. They'll probably be like, oh, going back on blah, 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 blah. How do you spell liaison? Liai. Now I'm yeah. Wait, what are you guys laughing about? Me? Hooray!
Hooray!
All right, good shit.
Okay.
Love it.
So Alan, do you have anything you'd like to present this meeting?
No, I brought all my shit last week. If I think of anything, I'll let y'all know. Oh, I'm sure Max gonna love this one. I got a big update today, guys. The business app is coming soon.
Ooh!
Oh shit!
Oh,
Good
that's
shit.
massive.
Yeah, we got
Holy hell.
my wife and I have
Praise
probably
God.
30 plus businesses we would love to approve.
Yeah, I'm sure that soon means soon. So yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, I'm distinctly less excited now.
So yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna look into some stuff with the prison. I'm probably doing a purge at DOJ soon, so I can hire some new lawyers. That's about it. Oh, and I am still ever, what's the word? Omnipresent.
Omniscient?
I'm always no.
Chauvin, same up.
There will be an omnipresent focus from my position on sort of rebalancing charges. This will always be a dynamic thing. It will always be a living sort of penal code. There are some things I've been noting lately that seem a little incongruous in terms of certain charges being too low, certain things being too high. So things may change. I'm just seeing if the alleged incongruities are, actually requiring action or not. So we'll see. TBD.
Cornwood, you got anything to present?
I have a couple things, real brief.
Sure.
Take a look at my notes here. We got robbery of a financial. This question keeps coming up. Robbery of a financial charge. It doesn't have kidnapping in it, but it has unlawful imprisonment. It doesn't have the word kidnapping in it, and people keep getting confused, and they keep accidentally stacked. From what I've heard, can we add the actual phrase kidnapping in there in addition to unlawful imprisonment? I know it came up. It's like the third time.
Evading, because I didn't write that either.
Well, no, because I think when you see evading, it's like a intuitive stack. But a lot of people, for some reason, don't see unlawful imprisonment. Kidnapping is an intuitive stack because kidnapping is something significantly more severe than unlawful imprisonment, whereas evading to reckless evading is a pretty
Does corn mic sound
natural,
worse than normal,
gradual
or am I
sort of
insane?
escalation.
Can someone clip this so I can listen to it?
They're both jumps in felony to misdemeanor, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. This is just for the.
All right,
this is what they've asked
I'll
me.
just, you know what? I'll just remove it. Right, this is an umbrella charge. Okay, I know what to do. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, quick question.
Sick
What
voice.
do you charge with the laundromat when people try to do that shit?
That's just a robbery.
Just robbery?
Blame latency.
Yeah,
that shows up.
typically it's
not a
robbery,
financial
kidnapping.
institution.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because it has 24/7 LTD and jewelry store on that one.
Yeah, I think those are
store
examples,
institution.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Including but not limited.
Doesn't sheriff voting start today or does it tomorrow?
It does. It starts in An hour and 53 minutes.
It starts at the end of this meeting, is what I wrote.
Word.
Oh, okay.
I gave an approximation for 10 Eastern, but I basically said starts at the conclusion of the council meeting, aka approximately 10 Eastern. Okay, I've amended robbery of financial institution to now say this charge will encompass any charges that occur as part of the robbery, except for the use of firearms or possession of contraband, parentheses, drugs, etc.
King Season, thanks up.
Okay.
That makes sense.
You got anything else, Cornwood?
This is a. I might have to talk to Mr. Toe about this, but I thought I'd bring it up in the council meeting regardless. Growing concern about when tow drivers are towing away vehicles that are used in the commission of a crime. Their names are listed on the receipt that the registered owner of the vehicle receives. Is there something that can be done with the tow that would show the officer's name who requested the tow instead of the tow driver's name? Because they're getting calls and they're getting threatened. And I mean, they're basically getting threatened for doing PD tow work. And
Unfortunately, that has to exist.
Can we
Because
have
otherwise
it
has to exist because you need to be able to document the person who requested the tow and the person who did the tow, because let's say, for example, the person who requested the tow
the long-winded explanation of how it can be abused.
Let's say is the same person that did the tow,
right?
Then that changes the dynamic when it comes to evaluating whether the tow was done illegally, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, this was what I was worried about. I wonder if there's a way that could we hide it from the person who sees it though? Like it's still documented
that's the person
privately.
who needs to see it, so they can go to their lawyer and file a lawsuit.
What if it's a police officer that requests the tow, and then now the police officer is responsible? They have to be accountable for making sure that they're doing a legal tow on a vehicle.
Me?
And putting their name on it as well. I mean, I think that's great. I mean, I think that holds officers accountable as well, making sure they're not doing illegal towing.
I think this sounds like something that
I gotta talk to Mr. Toe about it, if anything.
I can tell you right now, it's not going to be a priority, and I don't like using our capital to request things like that because it's such a small issue that.
Okay, we can move on from it. Yeah, we can move on.
Do you know what I mean though? Like,
yeah, no, I mean, if it's something that's quick and easy,
something I'm gonna go to like Mr. Toe about, it's not. Yeah, I don't know.
The thing is, he can go to him too.
It's all good.
Yeah, because I'll tell you right now, the concept of them. Yeah.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir. This was something that was brought to me from my officers, and I thought I'd push it forward because I see what they're saying, but I want to see if there's a better
feedback
suggestion.
that I got about towing was that it's working as intended. There is no intention to hire or create PD tow, and the ability to request a certain tow professional was already something that was added to address, the question of officers having like interference in tows and all that.
Yeah.
So I think we already got,
yeah,
movement there. So probably best not to bite the hand that feeds.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, that's something that I actually talked to them about was the specific request, and
you want the meeting to go by quick so you can play Lenny?
I think it's good because it gives us the opportunity to have an unofficial sort of PD tow.
It's going at its
but
normal
this leads
pace.
to another. I mean,
it's not going any faster or slower.
The initial suggestion that was given to me.
Mud for your turtle and not off.
Do y'all have any idea how we can help to push back on people being threatened and potentially attacked for getting a tow request, and they just take a job? Let's say it's just any random worker gets it. Open tow request, and all of a sudden some guy shows up and says, "Oh shit, this is this damn gangbangers 9F, and this guy's gonna come shoot me whenever I try and."
Well,
you're never gonna stop that.
One,
I mean, we might not. But
look, there is nothing that is more infuriating to some people than seeing their car get towed. It is like a visceral, a visceral.
I've seen it.
It is a terrible. Like I fell victim to it one time. So my advice to those tow workers would be, if you see the fancy car with the underglow, maybe just cancel the job if you're worried about getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but like, what happens when all of a sudden nobody wants to take the job?
Well, then PD can fucking
Shit, can I grab a tow truck and send it?
drive it over there and fucking impound it themselves. I mean,
Oh shit, okay.
It's not the first or last time that'll happen.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, at the end of the day, look, this has been a dynamic that's happened for years. I've had plenty of bench trials where, you know, half of the story was there was a big shootout, someone's car was getting towed for violent felony strikes, and then another person showed up, held the tow driver at gunpoint, blah 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 blah. We're not going to legislate that issue out of existence.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about if there's some kind of additional like enhancement charge or something that's attached to, I don't know, that we could
yeah, it's already unlawful imprisonment, you know, criminal threats, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Listen, you are never going to make the enhancement charge. Okay.
I mean, no amount of fine is going to stop people.
The only
from doing
way
it, to be
you
fair.
can make the enhancement charge not worth it for them is if you make it higher than the amount of money they would spend on the strikes on the vehicle or whatever.
Right.
And in order for that to be the case, you'd have to make it higher than whatever it is for an S-class vehicle being impounded for a violent felony, which is probably already a very high amount. So it just, you know, it's just probably not worth it dynamically.
You got anything else you want to present, Cornwood?
No, that is all that I have from my office.
The venerable Murphy Braun.
I will, before we move on, I will say, Cornwood, one thing I do highly encourage though is that if you do have people who get held up as tow drivers, it is, you know, it is always an option for you to, you know, look into like the Ego Act, right? Because, for example, tow drivers could be considered a
Most
group.
of our presentations are coming from
So
Siobhan
if
right
one
now.
person or one gang continuously holds up tow drivers to get their vehicles
She's
back,
been doing work.
then push the Ego Act and say that they're targeting tow drivers from doing their jobs. And then that's a very good deterrent that already exists on the books and doesn't require us legislating an extra charge that doesn't really make sense most of the time. So I would push that shit, to be honest with you, and say fuck them.
Yeah, go for an Ego Act if it's
Yeah,
we can build the
I
case.
think that fits perfectly.
Okay, done deal. Yeah, I think I still want to do some talk about a castle doctrine, but I still
Did we
don't
already
have that
approve
ready.
that?
Yeah, we approved it last
you
week.
said you were going to put language in.
Yeah, I want to put the proper language. I don't think it's time is not of the essence with that one, so I don't have it quite ready.
Whenever you're ready. All right, sorry about that, Murph. Just want to make sure I clarified with him.
Oh, all good.
appreciate
Yeah, I got a few items. First, I just for Crane, I just want to make sure that we're still on track to get that coordination set up for the Cobb, especially given recent.
After the meeting, I have a bunch of back end stuff I got to do. I got to hire the mayor's cabinet. I have to create the civilian oversight board section for coordination.
Appreciate it.
And then I need to put up the election for sure.
And publish the mime registry. They're gonna kill my wife. These fucking psycho clowns.
And once you make
me.
once you make that coordination space, I'll just go ahead and throw in there whatever information you need to add people to it. That because like I got one, I still got to get one more person's email. That should be good. But yeah, that was just a quick thing. I have submitted a piece of legislation for your review. This would be the property allocation for performance and broadcast production space, for lack of a better title. This bill would propose the state secure and allocate an available property of appropriate dimensions to serve in the public interest as a furnishable and modifiable creative space for public use for filming, live theatrical or musical performance, or any other such unique events that have requirements for modification of an environment in a sufficiently spaced interior location. So basically, this earmarks a property, we acquire it, we own it in its entirety, we can inspect it anytime, make sure it's being used appropriately, and offset the loss in state fund by having a modest fee for lease and use for creative purposes of this property. byproducts potentially of this plan would be the emergence of secondary markets and rental options for furniture and props. I did a tour of the furniture warehouse. There's all kinds of like stage lighting and stuff that's available now that, it's impractical for someone to just buy a property for a niche purpose or utilize someone's home for a niche purpose like that. But we have a lot of large sort of stage and sort of studio props and furnishings that could go to use very well in an environment like this, depending on what kind of crazy things people cook up. So Siobhan already had a meeting with the cabinet about this, and my understanding is someone is already willing to sell a property fitting the dimensions that she outlined, which would be 10,000 square feet.
Who?
She can maybe speak on that detail. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple.
Ash.
We buy a property and let people use it to do set designs, theater. If someone needs an exterior for a movie in the jungle, put a bunch of shrubs around and a green screen, get a skylight in there. There's a lot of different things you could.
Do the movie sets not work? Do we not have access to those anymore?
I don't think so.
Don't believe so.
5 or 6 years ago, didn't Marlowe own them all?
Yes.
Yeah, but they're not.
They're not accessible. Maybe we should just see if the state could open those up.
That would be sick.
Because we already own those. Fuck buying something for somebody.
There you go. Well, I mean, I think the idea was just to have essentially a community center, right? That can be rented out and.
Or the what's it
outfitted.
called? I know people use. What's the other thing they use? They use the it's in the basement of Maze Bank. It's like a broadcast studio.
Yeah, but this
famous.
This is the thing. The thing is, Crane, have you been to the furniture warehouse? Because
Yeah.
there's crazy like neon lights and stuff that you can set up.
I got
that, you know what I'm saying? Like modifiable interiors for customized purposes.
How
like if someone wanted to do like a certain type of game show and needed a certain type of set for it.
How big is Ash's warehouse?
I do not recall, but it was in 2 separate spaces, which I thought would be really helpful for making sure that there isn't double booking.
What does that mean?
I don't remember the exact one, but I remember it's really big. Like there's her warehouse. She technically has like the property has 2 buildings.
Is there like a door that connects them internally?
No, they're 2 external doors.
Interesting. So we could rent out 2 different spots from this warehouse.
We wouldn't have to worry about double booking.
So in theory, and while it would be cool to have the state come in and allocate those movie theaters, that's as likely to happen as that business app being finished before the end of my 2nd term. So I think that I would love to vote yes on this, and that I think that buying this property off of Ash would be good. This is simply by virtue of the way that it's set up with the 2 external doors. And
Can you directly sell properties to people now?
Yeah.
As a thing? Cool.
To state ID, and you put the amount in and everything.
How expensive was her property?
435,000 is what she has it. Is what she bought it for, and what she has it listed in the app.
Who's
She
gonna own it?
accidentally purchased. I think the state would own it.
We could give it to.
but how do you?
Let's give it.
I see what you're saying.
Let's give it to Alan. I think he's the best candidate for something like
Mhm.
this. Because he is not an elected official. Has been appointed by the.
Here we go again.
With what?
Nothing. Just it's fine. I'm
I'll do it. I give it. Give it. No, give it to me.
Give it to me. I'm just laughing because if anybody remembers, there was this situation at the end before the financial collapse where every time we seized a vehicle from a court case, I became the black hole of ownership. So at the end of
what are you doing?
Before the financial collapse, I was paying 3.2 million or something.
Who the fuck is this?
Murphy, Jonathan!
Okay.
What in the actual fuck?
hell? Oh my god.
Okay.
Braun, we need
who
to
are you?
talk. We need to talk.
Who are you and why are you here?
Murphy can tell you who I am. We need to talk.
busy.
Oh, you're busy
right now.
Yeah.
We're busy.
Yeah.
Okay, he's busy.
How did the
You're
door
also
even open?
single. It's
It was
fucking
someone knocking on
over.
it, just-
Whoa!
I
Whoa!
never left you. I never
What
left you.
the fuck?
I love the shit you gave me.
Amen.
What the fuck?
Hey, that's on camera.
That was on camera. Keep that in, Ursula.
Hey, we got that bop on camera, Murphy. Don't you fucking worry.
All right.
Oh shit.
So we're gonna vote on this
let's,
thing.
Let's keep the door locked. Yeah, that's fine. I'll keep it in my name. TJ, I'll set up something with you about, and any other future treasurer about paying the asset fees. I'll just give you an accounting each month. Blah blah blah.
So you're comfortable with just owning this building, then? You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have. Yeah, that's fine.
And the reason I chose you is because your position is like long lasting.
No, I know, and yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, I have the ability to facilitate that. TJ, if you're around, because Ash is usually around during the Australian storm. I don't know if you're around that late.
I heard I cross pass a little bit here and there.
Okay. And I will keep an eye out too. I'll document the transaction history and stuff if I happen to see her first. We could see about getting that property purchase, but I suppose we're gonna need Alan there. But couldn't we sell Alan the property after we buy it off of her for like $1?
Technically, yeah.
Isn't there gonna be isn't there property tax or something, sales tax, something?
I don't think the tax is applied to
Person to person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a problem.
Aftermarket sales aren't getting taxed. Yeah.
It's the same kind of problem that the food court
same
had.
problem that we used to have before the financial collapse with vehicle sales. Person to person sales were not taxed.
Yeah, they're still not.
So people
by
would
the way.
sell each other for $1 and then
They're still not.
That's the classic.
Yeah.
So do you know the address of her place?
You can just look up her profile, right?
Yeah, just look up her profile.
Okay.
It's actually a huge dub because I'm pretty sure Ash
Near
bought this
park.
property by accident.
No, that's a cul-de-sac. Someone else
Hold on,
must
please.
own it, and she must just be representing the sale.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to find out
Oh
who
wait,
that is.
did she sell it?
I could talk to her. I talk to her a lot. I'll ask her.
Because I can also verify the purchase amount and how much they paid for it, so they're not just using the state to make a profit.
True, that's a good idea. Do you know when it was? Just find out when it was bought, which date. That'll make it easier to zero in on the purchase.
Wait, did she offer to sell this to you before or after people started farming a lot?
I think it was right after farming.
Right after farming, yeah.
Okay.
Stingray Kiwi, thanks for subbing. I
You
should
know
get
what?
some water.
Someone might have actually purchased her property.
Well, I mean, new properties are opening up all the time. There might
True.
even be an even better property for something like this that like opens up in the future. So we'll just keep an eye out for a large suitable property and go from there. It doesn't necessarily have to be hers. Honestly, I'm not like 100% comfortable with buying from a person as opposed to the state. But at the same time, if we use state funds to buy a property, that money is literally just refunded to the state account. You know what I mean? Because all house purchases, it's literally like a human centipede.
It would just be the state donating the property to itself for a different use.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys, I'm comfortable with that because I think it's at the end of the day, for example, Andy Jones is Survivor. It gives a lot of opportunity for people to do cool stuff, and I think we should facilitate that. And even I don't think that we should lose $500,000 for trying to inspire people's creativity. I think that's something that if we have the power to do that, I think we should do it. So I vote yes on this if we are going to vote.
Even question. Well, I guess Andy's going to use it for a while because she's got multiple things planned. I was going to say we can maybe even buy, potentially use that space if she wants to sell it, but she's going to probably have that for a long time is my guess. But I know she paid out of pocket.
Didn't she get like a little loan from us?
She did. It
wasn't a loan,
I will
a
say,
grant.
I will say that when I talked to Andy about this, she was super excited, and she's probably going to be our first
Crazy Rooster
was it Lessee? She's gonna be our first lease
Rentee.
on the space. Rentee, whatever. She's gonna be our first tenant to like lease out the space because she wants to use it for the final survival stage that she still needs to make.
You talking about the one where they have all the people from survival and then they're like in the crowd and then they like reminisce about what happened or some shit?
No, I think that's going to be in the like tribal council place that she already has set up, which is super cool. If you haven't seen the space, you should. It's amazing.
Okay.
316 individually placed rocks, right? That's fucking nuts. But there's going to be like for the final stage like of survival, she needs help. She needs to make that set still. Not having to gut what she's done to do that would help the event.
Wait, who's typing wait? Oh, I saw.
I'm in the MD jump stuck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Well, that happens.
I'm out.
Yeah, hey, you got to do your shit on paper like me, okay? I don't trust no damn tablet, internet, bullshit, computer. Just do that shit on paper.
The thing was, I wasn't even in the MDT.
Hey, that's the thing. You never know when that shit's gonna pop up on you.
Shall we vote on this?
Sure.
I am a yay. TJ.
I also am a yes. I would also like to kind of just put out there, how are we going to, because all these things take a lot of large applications or walls, etc. So who is buying that? Who's providing that? Because that's a lot of work to also put there as if someone's going to use it.
My thought was that if someone wanted to rent out the space and they wanted to transform it, they would come with their own supplies and then take them out when they're done.
Yeah,
And
they
if
got
they-
their own crew. Yeah.
And if they don't, there is something specifically listed in this legislation that if they don't, right, if they leave anything on the property, right, the state will retain ownership rights of any property left on premises outside of the terms in any temporary lease. So if they leave like furniture or flooring or anything like that behind, that's ours now. It's rent out.
There is one purchase we will have to make. That's a furniture box. I think that's
That's it.
the one
that
thing.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, for me.
Cantor.
Yes.
Crane.
Yeah.
Hornwood.
Absolutely.
Murphy, I assume you're a yes.
Yes.
Shivon.
Yee.
Supermajority 8-0.
Beautiful.
Let me say that I am. This particular thing is a perfect example of like what, like Murphy's had a bar, right? So you might think, hey, this doesn't really necessarily have to deal with anything, head of bar related. That said, I am impressed with this bill just because it isn't necessarily within your scope. However, it enriches and empowers the people of Los Santos in a way that I think that we are in a unique position to do, and I hope to see more of it.
Well, thank you. There was one more item, possibly two. Siobhan, Chief of Staff, are you going to go over the stuff in all the stuff in the omnibus bill?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. All right. So one more thing from me, especially since in the spirit of us getting some, payroll things situated, I know last week it was mentioned that the city council was supposed to get a pay raise to $1,200, but actually didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm actually proposing, in step with the judicial spending package and the hospital being sorted.
We already approved it, so all I have to do is just talk to the technician.
All right. But I'm proposing, in step with kind of like, what the judges are seeing in incentives. We don't really have incentives, so I think a sort of a substantial pay increase hourly would be appropriate for
Walnut sticks
we
for
do.
Only thing we may need to is the cabinet supposed to get paid that much too?
So your solution to not having another way for them to sign in was to have them sign in as council members, so they would in theory get that pay.
Yeah.
So if a solution can be found to that, then I'm comfortable with a big pay raise for the council proper.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know, looking at what's been sort of looked at in terms of the judicial one, and you know, the hospital going up to 1,000 again, and all that kind of stuff. I'd say for what we do, and you know, in terms of the feedback we all got to sort through,
but what?
I'd say somewhere between 2,000 2,500 would be somewhere in the pocket. And I had thrown the idea of not a compulsory bonus at the end of people's terms, but like a 10 out of 12 attendance plus kind of like incentive for engagement, just kind of to future proof this very important table of minds from falling into inactivity. And you know, as sessions go, we'll have people who are able to make more meetings than others. I think the people who make most of them should get some sort of like gratitude for doing so, for putting in all those times. And it's not a punishment to people who can't make the meetings. Like, things happen in life, but if you make 10 out of 12 meetings, I think, or more, then I think that it is appropriate that at the end of the term there should be some appreciation for that.
Agree.
I like it being attendance based.
I'm not against attendance based.
Not compulsive.
I think your hourly number is a choice. But the attendance based
starting
policy
high.
is fair, encourages being around.
Well, how much do you think one of those Uber or G6 or Grime people make at the height of their experience?
All run is like $3,000 in like 10 minutes.
It's you can go close to about 9,000 an hour is what you can make in Grime, if not more.
And consider this, like, if my number seems large, consider that, like, okay, I have been in government, in this part of government for a very short time, but in that time, I would say probably about a third of the feedback and a third of the time that I've spent, you know, out of obligation listening to feedback, I'd say about a third of that has been productive. So, like, a lot of the time we spend, we are going to be listening to people who are not telling us something productive. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like knock on anyone, but that's just the way it is, especially in the city. You're going to get, hey, construction, hey, this. So a lot of the time we spent is sort of wasted. So we kind of have to be around a lot to get a lot done. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I struggled with this during term one. I at one town hall, I almost lost my temper with somebody because they were suggesting construction and stuff. And then I sat down maybe a week later and I thought about it, and I was like, it's not necessarily that construction request that person wants, but rather they are simply trying to have their voice heard and to participate in our government by way of like making their suggestions. And not everyone has the same like info that we have or know. So it can be difficult for them to, like, for example, at one of my town halls, for them to present something that is technically feasible. And at the end of the day, it just boils down to people wanting to be heard. So I wouldn't say it's wasted. It is just productive of community building as opposed to actual changes, I suppose. That this is like unrelated wisdom that I acquired. People just want to participate at the end of the day.
So what is the brass tacks here? What are we doing? We're saying if we do our job, we get paid extra.
No, it's literally like
suggested attendance bonuses and increased pay.
Highest end of attendance, like literally, if you have almost perfect attendance, you get a little something extra.
Quick thing. Andy's at the door and just want to take 5-10 seconds. Can I let her in?
Only if we could take a 5-minute break right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
5-minute break could be a positive.
Okay. I need a drink. Does anybody got a drink? I got
Hi.
some food for y'all.
Nice
Hello,
tiki
your
torch.
Thank you.
Does that set people on fire?
Update, I'm the greatest fucking event planner of all time. Everything is magnificent.
I think it would be fine for council members to get paid like $2,000 an hour. Just when compared to like how much money everyone else makes. I can sit at the wigwam for an hour and I can make $16,000. I mean, it's dirty, but I mean, even then, like, it's not much effort to make it undirty. So, I will be right back. I'm going to get some water. Yellow. Yellow. YOLO. Batatow, thanks for resubbing. Just kidding. Draken, sorry. TJ and Peacekeeper Yoda and Warwick and Adamantine Sock and Colden Green. Colden J Green, there's subbing. Caffey, thanks for doing one sub. To Batatow. Leon, thanks for subbing. Nothing like the sound of crying locals to really get the blood flowing. Where'd Andy go? Or did she already report?
Oh, you missed it. She brought in a, actually, I'm not going to ruin the surprise.
Hey, do y'all have any drinks?
Yeah,
I do.
I got you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we both do. Well, these are about to go bad, so let me give them to you.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, here's my dregs.
Hey, are y'all coming to the event?
What event?
That I'm hosting. We're hosting an event at 9 in an hour.
In an hour?
Like 45 minutes from now. Yeah, 45 minutes from now.
What is it?
Just like a kind of like a rally, sort of like Q&A, free drinks, free food. They haven't been
So like
advertising.
a Trump
it.
rally?
Where are you doing it at?
Yeah. The Lumberco showroom. I want to show off what the Lumberco has been doing and put an emphasis on like local businesses and whatnot. And I really want them to get more advertising because a lot of people don't know that they even exist, and it is unbelievable.
Oh, I know the show.
Reminder: the Lumberco betrayed
Max. Done as well. Hell, I even put a gun range in there. I asked them to put a gun range in there,
Except for Wyatt.
People can shoot their guns legally. So it's all good.
I think we should go support Diva, if only for no other reason than because she saved my life from the chicken man and hid with me for like 35 minutes.
I mean, I'd
Oh,
appreciate
God.
it if you. I really would appreciate it if y'all came.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
Yo,
Diva
I'm not
is
tripping. She said
something else.
Jonathan, right?
Oh, that was talking about us. Yeah, Diva's something else. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed with what Diva and Wyatt was doing.
Bueller, anyone?
What'd you say, Murphy? I was stuff in my face.
I was saying I'm not imagining anything. She did say Jonathan, like Murphy Jonathan Braun. Is that what she said?
Wait, who said that?
April?
April, yeah.
How does she know your middle name?
I don't. That's not my middle. I'm just asking. Maybe I misheard. I don't.
Weren't you dating?
I mean,
What?
she made it sound like you were dating.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yes.
more, I guess, but yeah, before.
Well, yeah, not now, but before she burst in here and did that. Yeah.
Kind of like brutal.
That was very savage.
See what she said.
Why?
Yeah, I mean,
she
believe it or
basically
not, there's,
exposed
like-
herself as a fucking gold digger, man.
I do
yeah,
not know her at all, but it was crazy.
I've been involved in some situations where I ended up getting like thrown out of a plane and shit. So
Oh my god.
you know, seen worse.
And I never get dramaticism like that. I just have Van Pingle running and stab me.
I'm sure it was Van Pingle versus Vingle, because they
No,
can
it
be
was-
really
it was Van
confusing.
Pingle.
Okay, they
Yes,
can just be
he-
confusing which one you're talking
yeah,
to.
Yeah, I know who it was. The cops just didn't come, so you know it's fine. He's fine. They wouldn't tell me who ordered the hit. He said he has morals. So that was. It's fine. It's whatever.
Wait, the guy who stabbed you told you he had morals?
Yes. Yes. He said I can't do that. I have morals. So, yeah, you know that's fine. That's a mystery will never be solved.
Holy shit.
All right, where were we?
We were talking about the prospects of a pay raise and the benefits of a super high end incentive for attendance and engagement. With council.
I have one problem with the attendance thing. It's not fair to the people who've been absent already for this term.
Sure.
I
Doesn't
don't-
have to be.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we could start from like now
Today.
to the end.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that.
All right.
What sort of how much money do you think would be appropriate?
For the incentive, I would rather us discuss that part. I only arrived at 2,000 to 2,500 for the hourly pay as sort of on the high end of basically what we're all sort of supposed to deal with, because our time is availability is our best ability. So a high hourly rate, I think, makes most sense rather than creating a ton of different incentives.
Thanks for subbing.
Like the end of term incentive, like I just thought was a good idea, but I don't want to like pepper our whole existence with like incentives when we could just basically raise our pay and just not feel guilty about it or weird.
I am for a pay raise.
I'll just say right now, I'm okay with the pay raise, the 1,200 or whatever. I think that puts us literally above any other government employee, any other position in the state.
No, it's 2,250.
Oh.
Which I'm also okay with.
I think that's crazy.
What's
I'll
income
be
tax
honest,
right
I-
now? 10%?
10%.
Okay, so like 2,000 after tax if it was like 2,250.
Away from the mic, sorry guys.
I mean, I'm not gonna do the math on like the lost wages from the 1,200 not being in place from 3 months ago, but I mean, I'm sure there's like a significant amount there, and I think that would do. I think that the 2,250 would more than make up for that.
My personal opinion is that I don't think we need to incentivize people to run for this council. That's been made very clear. People highly covet these positions, and they come with a lot of authority and importance and recognition. And I don't think that. I think that 1,200 is plenty. So I'm okay with where we're at. But that's just my opinion. It's only one vote.
Yeah, I'd vote yes to 1,200. I think it's reasonable to be above the other factions. Sure, I would not vote yes to the extremely high rate that is over double any other faction.
You is this written down anywhere, Murphy?
No, I figured it would just be like sort of more a discussion vote adjustment kind of thing. And if whatever we agree upon would be easy to just put into writing if we need it for transparency.
Would you like to put a vote for 2,250?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I'll put it to a vote, and then if it fails, like we can continue to negotiate. I have no issue with that. But I think just in step with the other pay negotiations we've been doing, I just wanted to kind of throw us a bone too.
Before we do that, can we discuss what you think is appropriate for the end? Because that can also distinguish between.
Oh, right. I mean, unless we want to just vote on those separately and continue to discuss that. But either way, like honestly, I don't know. I don't know because like I haven't done this job for 3 months. That's why I kind of wanted to discuss it because like there are people here who have been here for an entire term. So I don't know what an entire term is worth in that regard. Does that make sense?
How about this? Let's discuss the bonuses toward the end of the term. And right now, just focus on the pay raise, because I think the pay raise might actually just be sufficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's irrelevant till then anyway. Sure.
Okay, so vote for 2,250 council pay. I vote yes. TJ.
Yeah, just because of how much fucking other jobs make, and I still think government in general is on the low side comparative to what public workers make.
Sorry, I'm chewing into the mic. Hold on.
Yes.
Cantor?
No.
Brain?
No.
I'm a no for the 2,000 or whatever.
Cornwood. You don't vote no.
Speak up.
Speak up.
Speak up.
Sorry, what are the votes at so far?
2 no's, 2 yes, or 3 yeses, I guess. Max it is.
Yeah, 3 yeses, 2 no's.
And this is for the pay.
2,250. Yep.
He's gonna vote no.
Don't really affect me much, but I do think y'all should be supported. So yeah.
Oh.
Aye for me.
You on?
Hi.
Okay. Motion to pay council members 2250 passes. For the record, the mayor's pay is not affected by this.
Yeah, and I'm usually on police duty anyway, so this is for y'all.
Cool. Alan, will you pester the state about actually making that change?
Yeah, I just raised it with them about, can we also create a role for the cabinet or something? So
nice.
Sick.
Nice. Perfect.
Thank you.
If we cannot create a role for the cabinet, then likely what I will do is hire them as clerks. We will see.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. The other item I was going to bring up is in the omnibus by the chief of staff, so I yield my time. Thank you.
Chief of staff.
All right. Yeah, so there's an omnibus spending bill, but before we get into that, I want to touch base on what we had brought up last week. I was hoping that they would be here to present it, but I've not got any texts. They knew what time it was. I communicated them yesterday, but for Pride is coming up. It is coming up
Love Pride.
real quick, right? We're halfway through May right now. It's May 14th. We only got essentially a couple of weeks to start planning, really. Good news is Bo Babcock, Gabby Brito, and a couple of other what are they? The booth workers have come together and put forth a event proposal for Pride. It is under Report 6251 in City Council documents. There is a link to their event proposal. The big thing that they really need, Crane, is what you've done for them in the past.
It's a fucking edit link.
Isn't this just covered under the TJ thing? He funds events.
It is, but there's something that you need to help with. So I just wanted this to be here on the record for transparency. We can talk more about it later. But just wanted to let everybody know that that was there for them to view, again, for transparency. Okay. All right.
Which one is this again? Sorry.
City Council documents, I think it was 6251.
6251?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got it.
TJ was the one. TJ, this is the one that we had looked at already. That you already were running the fiscal score.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
What part do I need to help with?
Something you've done for them in the past. It's on slide. Hold on. Slide 10. Now I'm not sure if it's possible still or whatnot. And this is why I wanted to bring it to you.
Yeah, I haven't done that in the past, but I'm pretty sure I would be asked to this time. I will run it up the chain.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Moving on to the omnibus spending bill. That is the allocated spending bill CB1. I don't want to bring this to a vote today, but I did want to bring this up in general for essentially thoughts, ideas. We haven't done anything like this yet. Wanted to see how we felt about it in general.
Do we even have confirmation that the Nopify app can add new songs?
No. Did Party confirm that for us, or did
I can talk to the guy who runs all that.
Okay.
Because I talked to him during the first election, and he said that it was discontinued, the radio, but obviously the Nopify app came out after that, so that might have changed.
Yeah, well, the app is just accessing the back catalog. My last communication regarding that topic was roughly the same outcome that Max's was, in that whole program has been discontinued. I can double check and see if that is going to be reinstated ever, or what the parameters are for that, and then bring that back to the council next week.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I said I didn't want to bring this to a vote yet. I just wanted us to discuss it. And see if there's any other thoughts in a similar vein that anybody else had to add to this.
Roads and plows. I mean, that'd be
Listen,
like a
people have been
DMV
complaining to me
type
about
thing.
potholes, so I threw it in there. All right, they've been telling me the potholes are a problem.
Who
Somebody
complained
brought
about
up.
potholes?
Yeah, if you find that person and tell them to actually take a photo of the pothole, I will be.
I'd be interested.
All right, I'll get that photo of the pothole. No problem.
Because I don't know if we got an actual DMV that would technically take care of that.
No, the only person who would run a DMV has told me they're not interested. So the clerks handle all that stuff now.
We should make a bill to remove that one streetlight that murders people.
I guess it'd be DOT, right? Department of Transportation, not DMV.
I don't know.
I got a Secretary of Transportation.
We talked about creating a DMV early on, but again, the only person who really ever championed that sort of thing is not interested. So,
Odo Van Wow and Tyler the Korean Chem. Thanks for
I mean, I think a DMV would be great. Maybe it's a discussion for another time, but that's something we've talked about within the PD.
Make the yellow things everyone runs over on Great Ocean Highway solid.
I don't want to say the words I'm a fan of the DMV ever because it just feels wrong. But you know, I would definitely support a DMV's existence. But maybe we table that and have more discussions throughout the week before crossing that
Dev
bridge.
did that once. It was hilarious.
The problem with DMV is just you have to find people that are responsible to run it. You have to find people that are trusted to handle licenses.
Fleabag,
and then on top of that, you have to find people that are going to actively staff it. I mean, it's hard enough to find clerks, let alone people that are going to be DMV employees. So,
what was
I'm
the NDA
unsure
game we
that
need
it
to
would,
know? I'm not telling you, dude.
You know, be fruitful in terms of being staffed and available as needed.
Yeah, I get that. I
don't know. I like the concept. I just
love the concept.
I tried pushing for it in the very beginning after the financial collapse, and everyone that I reached out to was not interested in running it. So,
okay, so where do we stand?
Just we'll table this. I just wanted to bring it up, have people look at it, talk about it in the future. I'm probably going to bring it up for a vote next week, but looking for collaboration throughout the week before next meeting.
I'll add to my to-do to talk about the NoPify app with the guy who runs it. And I'll let you guys know what the status is in terms of new music and all that.
Awesome. Okay, moving on to the only thing that I really did want to present today for a vote, which is the Food Safety Administration.
This might be my favorite classical music song, by the way.
Like it should be food and safety, but food safety. Take a second to read through it. I will say that this was partially adapted from a proposal that was actually brought to me by the lawyer, Robin. Loved his idea, kind of moved it, kind of move some things around to make it make more sense, I think, with what the tools that we have are. At the end of the day, this is about job creation.
I don't want to be a stick in the mud, but there's some limitations that exist. For example, Burger Shot doesn't, or whatever, Senor Buns doesn't provide their own ingredients, and they are unable to affect the quality of their ingredients personally. So they are right now hard capped at, mediocre food.
Could add an exception.
I'm unsure if that's going to change.
Yeah, put on an exception for them.
Yeah. I'm unsure if that's going to change, but that's the reality. I do know that in terms of the booths and all that, there are likely some controls coming, but again, as Max and I have ping pong back and forth,
could be never
soon TM, right? So if and when we do have the ability to remove booths from people and stuff, that might help in terms of getting them open more often. As of now, they're barely open as it is. So I'd be loath to shut anyone down because they had mediocre food, considering we can barely get people to open them to begin with.
So another idea, rather than shutting them down, is requiring them to post their health reading. Doesn't shut them down, but it at least creates transparency for what people are ingesting.
I don't hate that because sometimes you'll go buy a bunch of stuff and it's shit. There's like tiny fucking patties on the burgers and it barely fills you up and it's awful. And you spend all that money. It would actually be nice to know if possible.
And that's not to say that the standard couldn't be low for the initially and then be raised in the future as we, you know, as we're able to access better quality ingredients, maybe import stuff, don't know, maybe we can grow better stuff here locally. But as we move towards that, it could always be like a moving target.
I would say like maybe 35 to start, because it's, you know, a lot of people are just kind of understanding or trying to get, as you were doing the other day, was the whole genetics and everything else, trying to understand that shit. I don't think people are quite at that point where they're like, yeah, I can afford everything that's 50 or above, wherever the fuck that is.
So my 6-year-old who wants his own PC to clean his room, he started but has ADHD, it probably won't finish. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Andy actually came up with a really cool checklist for this, for like food and safety inspectors, that I would probably want them to utilize.
How are we paying these people?
Great question.
Because we're creating a lot of positions and, you know, trying to figure out how we're gonna deal with all that.
Yeah, Karina, I'm a neoliberal. I'm about job creation. I did put down that it would be funded by a 1% increase in property tax.
Sales tax.
Sales tax, is that what I put down? I don't know if I chose property or sales.
Sales.
Property was the other one.
Okay. Got it. Okay, yep, sales tax.
Yeah, I think
So I'm not sure. I'm not saying that we have to create a position. This could always be something that was paid out ad hoc.
Is this something we could yeah, I was gonna say, is this something where maybe who's this, the Secretary of Commerce and Labor would keep like inspection reports and time cards from these folks and then submit them to the treasurer?
Yep.
What do you want them to do if you say, hey, TJ, I've got a time card? Oh, what are you asking me to do with that?
Well, I'm saying we could set up like, you know, a rate that they would earn for each inspection or something.
Okay.
And then, you know, once you come up with the amount, I could always pay them out.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we got to work with what we have.
Yes, many J's.
Right now, the best thing we have is the ability the judges have to pay people out directly their account from the state account, because at least then I can ensure there's like a, you know what I mean, like a note attached to it and all that.
And what's the turnover typically of these booths? It's once a month.
There isn't.
There is not.
The issue right now, and this is all being worked on, so I don't want to dwell on this because it's not our problem. The booths went on sale at a specific time, right? Which happened to be after
How much Guardians of the Rift did you do?
Sort of tsunami.
A lot.
So all the booths got purchased, and then you can purchase them. I think it's by day, if I'm not wrong. So you can purchase them for a certain amount of money per day. And so some people bought a booth for 2 months. Some people bought a booth for 2 weeks. Some whatever, right? The issue is that the booths very rarely go unpurchased or unaccounted for, but inversely, frequently are not staffed or open. And this is even more of a prevalent issue when it comes to time zone, because, for example, if all the booths became open at 2 p.m. Eastern for purchase, then most of the booths will only ever be staffed and or organized by someone who's in that time zone. So there are discussions being held about that. There are, again, as I talked about, some oversight controls.
Not linking prayer
for the
flicks to
judges
F
to be
keys?
able to
Wait, is that possible?
Sort of at a glance,
I thought that was
see
cheating.
if the booth has been neglective, if it has been opened, you know, frequently, whatever, so that we can sort of redistribute that allocation more appropriately.
Have F1 through F3 doing
But
this.
none of that exists right now, so it kind of is what it is right now. That's also the reason why I'm kind of being careful about how much regulation we do, because all of this could change tomorrow morning without any of us knowing.
So we were just kind of going back and forth with Sean. I don't think we need to be paying like 10K a week for inspections. So we need to kind of just put a rate that we think is appropriate for how many times people are actually looking at it, instead of like, hey, you keep doing this. Yeah, here's an easy 10 grand. Is what, 7 maybe? Is that how many there's there?
We're not open to moving this, right? It could be 500.
I think 750 is
1,000.
fine.
I mean, I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, occasionally
I
it
just don't
syncs
want it
up.
to be like the easiest money someone's ever made in their life. Just what takes like 2 seconds. Be like, hey, you open? Let me take a look at your food real quick. You know, it should be pretty thorough if it's done correctly, and it should, you know, it should be.
I know how to one tick flick, but
interviewing the person, seeing what they do, who they buy from, you know, getting a little bit more of a background instead of just
I don't like
okay,
doing
I'm
it.
looking at your shit. I'm on the next one.
Right. So, where did Andy put this checklist?
Like right there.
Andy's checklist did include
was
like an
late.
interview with like finding out like and like observation period, I believe, to like make sure they're doing things like washing their hands after using different utensils to prevent cross contamination, etc., etc.
That's still lazy flicking? Wait, really?
Which I think would extend that so it's not, you know, potentially somebody getting $1,000
That's
for
crazy.
working 5 minutes.
Right.
I'm also not entirely sure that we should codify the amount publicly, and I know this doesn't sound wild.
Oh, like this?
I'm not even sure if we would want this on video, because I'm just thinking, like, let's say you know the amount is, and you know how much that person's gonna get paid, so maybe you attempt to pay for
I'm missing the
everything.
tick. Yeah, I need that plugin that shows it.
But I mean, I think that's a lesser concern.
Yeah.
You said 750?
That was one tick
I
flicking
would
with
just
the
leave it
prayer
as
always
is for
off.
now. Like, just take it out
Oh.
and just not even put on the inspections to be paid. Then we just talk to someone. If they have a true interest in it, and then we'll just
Figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Negotiable.
Uh-huh.
Do we think that a rating of 35 right now would not be right? Because we don't have the ability to shut anybody down right now. Do we think that 35 would be sufficient to allow who is operating to continue operating, or do we think that it needs to be lower?
I think 35 is.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, like the bare minimum. would be
35 is what I think the basic, like, that's what Senor Buns has.
Okay, I'm making
So if you
attention.
put it at 35, then it would allow for, you know, inspectors to do their job, you know, in a way that's not restricted by outside forces.
Yeah, I don't want to constantly click.
So you can still have the back and forth of an inspector telling people, hey, get your numbers up, you're at the bare minimum, you know, but also not put a booth out of business when we can't afford to do so.
Totally. Okay, cool.
Good night,
Any
Belderan.
other comments, questions, concerns, things that they think we should have amended or adopted on this?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Has maybe somebody already talked about this? I ain't seen nobody with food worse than 35 on the
I don't think I have either.
nutrition
That's-
facts.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I've seen 20s.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
No, I actually haven't. That's crazy.
Yeah, the line is the
I think
aggro.
the highest I've seen.
Shit.
I don't remember. I saw like 60 something. That was rare.
I had a hot dog that was 62 today.
We had some 100 Cornwood for Sheriff pizzas.
Holy shit,
A couple days
okay.
ago. This is the standard. That's how I do things.
See, this could be beneficial, right? Because if they, you know, post how quality their ingredients are, people want that. People will pay more for that. So, If anything, it is an incentive to
When
increase
it's
the
this color, it tells
quality
me I'm not
more so
aggroing
than a
anymore.
punishment if it's
The
bad.
line.
So fuck it. Hey, I'm here for it.
Air Spike, thanks for subbing.
Yeah, like I said, I think setting it at the minimum is good because it doesn't hamper anything, but it also allows for the sort of, you know, the work to occur.
Perfect. Cool. Well, I think that it sounds like this is ready to present to a vote then, unless anybody else has any other concerns.
If we deem this as something that is, we can always go back and amend this, right?
Exactly. If it's not working, we
Yeah,
can
let's
amend
send it. Let's send it then.
Okay. Let's put it up for a vote. Max?
Yay.
TJ?
Yep.
Solomon?
Yep.
Hunter?
Yes.
Alan?
Yeah.
Cornwood?
I'm gonna vote no. I think the food should be higher quality, the highest quality.
You're being contrarian. Okay. Murphy?
Yeah.
Hey, we got it again.
Yay. Perfect.
What the
Good
flipping
job,
heck?
Cornwood. Good job.
I gotta be well fed.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah, man.
Quad prayers.
Cornwood, are you trying to have us believe that you have a discerning palate?
The most discerning.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, I have a lot of experience.
You do look like you've turned down quite a few meals. I believe you.
Oh, thank you. You got to meet Alexis on fire. I've turned down a hell of a lot of meals. She's just feeding everybody.
Hey, my herb sack's full of guam. Plus 5 XP. Do you have anything else to present, Chief of Staff?
I don't think so, but give me 1 second to add the vote.
Well, we'll wait in a second. Just one update. I reached out to Janetti. He has no issue with the agreed upon changes. I'll have to write something up for Derek. As you know, that one might take me a little bit longer, but I don't think he will have any issues with it.
Sick.
Fantastic.
All right, no, that was everything. All right, cool. I think we're done, everybody. Good work.
Cool. Really? I'm about to open the ballot.
Hooray!
Oh, yay.
Yeah, everything, Max?
Exciting.
Holy shit, I'm gonna piss my pants.
Yay! Wait, why?
Don't do that.
Wait, why are you excited about that?
I think it's important that you live free, even if that means voiding your bowels.
Thank you. What is all this shit about people getting paid?
What'd you say?
Oh, so I was thinking out loud.
Fingaldan is an unreliable source for anything.
I feel like Fingaldan just says shit.
Yes, you are correct. That is why he is made the commissioner of the prison, because he is the perfect person to stir shit with Bobby and Carmine and have it mean nothing.
Just Carmine now. Also,
oh yeah, just Carmine.
He's got AIDS and leukemia. He'll probably be dead soon.
To be honest, Fingal.
Didn't that happen like 5 years ago too?
He has gout too.
I don't know.
He's just been holding on.
Made Bobby apologize to all the employees there. It's interesting.
So what you're saying is Bobby no longer works for DOC?
No, he's
Or
just not a ward.
All right.
All right, Ursula.
Employed
Don't forget to
of
bug
low rank.
TJ about the 20K you are owed.
Yeah, I will.
Good meeting, everybody.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Excellent. Excellent.
All right.
No, I came to give you
surprised.
feedback.
Oh, thank you.
I will put it as a receipt.
Appreciate it.
And put all the details.
Do you have the Ashes info? 'Cause
All right, mate. How's your campaigning going?
What up, darling?
I think that went really well.
Yeah. The doctor's hating you arc is finally over.
Thank God.